All right, go ahead.
Hello.
Does it echo?
Not on my end, it doesn't.
Sing the Star Spangled Banner real quick.
Yes, in Mexican.
Yep.
Did you say in Mexican?
Sure.
He did.
You guys like the mic or what?
Yeah, I
like
mean,
banging.
Pretty cool looking, man.
I know you just changed your Twitter name from El Guapo to Que Pasa Primo, but I think you should change it back to El Blingo.
A long overdue change.
Yeah.
Why you hating on me?
You look like an Aztec warrior with that golden microphone.
Trash man's not here to defend himself.
Yet. Is he going to
Will
be?
the trash man be in here today?
I believe so. We'll find out. The trash man's enigmatic. He comes and he goes. You know, just you have to respect it just for being what it is. He's like you try to love him and hold on to him, and he just struggles more to get free. So you just have to let him fly. He's a peacock, you know.
He's just a hot dog wrapper in the wind.
Yes, he is. He very much is. That's great. Oh.
Anyone watching the 600?
Yeah, I've watched the Monaco thing
No,
and the
I
Indy
haven't
thing
been watching
today.
TV at all today.
Oh, so you saw Lewis Hamilton cruise to a victory in Monaco.
Yes, I did. That was a pretty good win for him. They were going for what, 6 straight?
Yeah.
For like 1-2 position?
Yup.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tyler.
And they achieved it. What's up, Marco?
Hold 1 second.
What the hell?
He gets my attention. And then
Interrupts the conversation, gets your attention, tells you to hold on.
I got an extra one. You want me to send it to you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I lost mine on the last band I recorded. They took mine.
Don't send that
Jim's
to
gonna be
him.
on
Then you
break.
won't be able to hear him even worse.
At least we can hear you now.
LOL.
Jims, are you on break?
I kind of make my own break, so I'm good for a while unless they move me to a job, which they shouldn't.
So you're getting paid to sit in your truck and podcast?
Yep.
From
That a
his
boy.
fucking phone.
And,
See the air quotes that I'm doing here? Podcaster.
and it's holiday pay, so it's like double time and a half.
Double time and a half. I hope
I can't
no
wait
one
till
that you
your
work
boss
with ever
finds out
hears
about
this. Yeah. Edit out. Edit point. Jim's job. No
I
edit. No edit.
should preface this. We have started recording, so leading with that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You should just do that from now on. Just anytime that once people start getting in, just hit record,
I
then
did that
just-
the last time.
and then just have it be at the end of like the bloopers and shit.
I was thinking
Unfiltered.
about doing like something like on a Thursday and just releasing it all because there's like 45 minutes of good material from the last.
Oh yeah. You should have been here last time. The last time when Tanner was here and he called you, Tyler, that I lost it.
Don't talk about it. Just wait a few more minutes. Tanner will be on here.
We gotta wait for him.
You're real
Tanner's going to be on
We
here?
also gotta get into
Obviously, that's why
lettuce.
we
Cake,
Do this
too.
intro. He'll be here in less than a half hour. He said 8:30 roughly was his ETA. I already talked to him. So let me hit this intro and we'll get right into it, guys. Hey? Hey. Let's make this a good one. Marco's.
Marco thought about that.
I changed my shirt.
All right. You ready? Oh, you got the Superman. All right. Good for you.
Man, that hoe.
All right, let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you're with. We're the Loudmouth Degenerates. TheLoudmouthPod.com, at The Loudmouth Pod, across all platforms, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you for letting us bless your ears and tickle your senses this morning. We're very glad that out of all the podcasts in the world, you have elected to listen to us be dumb for the next few hours. We very much appreciate that. Today, joining us is a guy from Champaign, Illinois. He is the Champagne O'Brien, some might say. He's an OG caller of the Pat McAfee Show and the Sean Latham Show on Barstool Sports. He does look like Randy Quaid. He is a huge fan of the Chicago Cubs, as we found out this weekend. He suffers a little bit from would you say syndrome, but don't we all? He hails from the mountains of Bush, and he only drinks the finest Bush lattes wherever he goes. He has 5-gallon buckets of koozies laying around his house just because he's a man and that's how he rolls. He plays dress up daily, going door to door, delivering goods, making everybody smile. He hates ranch. His wife loves ranch. He is the one, the only, Brian in Champagne. Hey, Brian, how you doing?
What did you say that whole time? I couldn't hear anything you said.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Good.
Thank you for the intro, man. I've never had an intro before.
Well,
So
there
that
you
actually kind of felt really good. Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thanks for having me on, guys. How are you?
Thanks for being here,
Record
brother.
that. Get you a little beatbox, jam box, walk around with it, play every time you walk in a room from here forward.
Absolutely.
I
You
would.
need
I'm
something
just saying.
like that.
So
Everybody needs to have an intro done for them at least once.
I think so. Treat yourself. That's what I'm saying. The Randy Quaid thing. So are you telling me that I'm the only person that's ever said you look like Randy Quaid?
Yes. Nobody's
Okay,
ever
well-
said that before.
You just gained like a lifetime of Halloween costumes. I know you don't play dress up on Halloween because you dress up every day for work. Is
That's
that an
correct.
exact quote? That's
That
accurate.
is, absolutely. Every single day I dress up for work.
I
It's
mean,
not
you
fun.
have a mediocre movie star's career to make fun of for the next decade.
That's true. That's true. Very true. That's a good show. Good series.
So I would like to think that you're the sort of person that would fly an F-18 Hornet up into an alien spaceship while yelling obscenities and save us all. I think you're cut from that cloth, right?
While chugging a bush
I
light.
I would try. Yeah, absolutely. Got to have a bush light there. I mean, if you're going out, you might as well go out with a bang and you enjoy it.
Yeah, and a bush latte.
Yes,
so-
absolutely.
There you go.
There's nothing better than a bush latte.
Some might say you had a banger of a weekend.
I wasn't sure I would have any more bush lattes this weekend after Friday night.
Walk us through the events, because I've heard that you tried to basically force your iTunes password on a DJ, among other things, this weekend.
Well, I kind of just asked him if he would, kindly play a new song that's out the summer, so the song of the summer, and he said that he didn't have it. I was like, well, I'll just give you my iTunes password. You can do it that way. He kind of was offended. He just look at all my DJ equipment here, man. I don't want your iTunes password. He wasn't happy. But we went through.
Did he play your song?
No.
Fucker didn't download it or anything,
No,
eh?
he didn't have Running Wild at all.
You
Run
didn't try
wild,
shoving a
like
quarter in
late
his
game.
mouth or anything, did you?
Put a quarter in his mouth and pull his arm
I
like a
should
slot
have.
machine.
I really should have. I asked him if I could take a picture of the dance floor, and he's like, nope, not at all. No, get out of here. I have my own Instagram story. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Your Instagram story is so important.
Some people take themselves and what they do very seriously. Some people are just there to get drunk, have fun, and hear the Clayton Anderson song Run Wild. I'll let you decide where you fell on that. Which side of what equation there? Speaking of equations, 50-50 in your household. I hear there's another awesome part of you that is named Kelly.
Where
There
is she?
is. She's not down here
yeah,
right now. I think
she's
she's
around.
getting the kids to bed. She'll be around. I'll send her a message. I don't know. She's had like 2 beers today, so she might be on her way to being asleep.
Okay.
She,
We'll just accept that as what
she's
she is.
cheap
I
date.
hear that.
That's okay though.
Yeah. I hear Kelly loves ranch dressing and you hate it. So house divided. Is there anything else? Like you love the Bears, she loves the Packers. What's going on there?
She is a huge Packers fan. I am a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
I
See
got
that
her
being an
to
issue.
get on board with the Cubs and the Michigan Wolverines. So at least I got her there.
A little less friction
I
in the house.
cannot get her off of the Packers. She has our youngest one. Cooper, he is, or actually both of them. They're both, go pack, go pack, go pack. And I'm like, no.
I want to throw something at you. I'm not trying to make it stick, but I just want to plant this seed with you. You got her to conform to 2 of your teams. Maybe you should just accept it and become a
Shut your damn mouth.
I don't like that. Packers fans. We don't. The world, does not need more Packers fans.
I'm just saying, it's the grass is greener at Lambeau Field, and the beer is colder, the brats taste better, and the cheese is sweeter.
So you have all those things. Why do you need a football team that's decent?
Well, we don't need a decent team. We need an excellent team, and we pretty much demand greatness because that's what the G stands for. As a Packers fan, I'm 50-50-ish. It's more like 51-49. I'm a Colts fan. I'm from Indiana, born and raised. I live an hour and a half north of Lambeau Field. I do love the Packers. They're my NFC team. The only time I root against the Packers is when they play the Colts. And all my friends that are Packers fans, they know I'm a diehard Packers fan, except for when they play Indianapolis. So it's kind of fun. I get to keep track of, 2 different divisions and everything else. And then, of course, my dream Super Bowl has not happened yet. But I think for like the next 5 years in a row, it's just going to be Colts and the Packers in the Super Bowl every year. And Colts are going to win them all, so it won't matter.
You can't do that with the Packers, man.
Yeah. No, I live right here.
You can't think they're going to be good every year.
They're going to be
like
great.
Everybody always
great.
said Rodgers should have won so many Super Bowls already.
All that heroicism was used.
Yes.
First game, broken leg.
Yeah.
Comes back, miraculous recovery.
Right. Why would you not provide weapons and protection for your best player?
Yeah, I completely agree with you guys. Unfortunately, I'm not the person to land based. You might want to send those.
You
questions
don't own any stock on that?
Manager. No, well, season ticket holders do. I am not. You know how long the wait list is for season tickets? It's over a decade.
My brother-in-law and my father-in-law are both they're owners or whatever.
Yeah, you're owners if you're a season ticket holder.
They got it for him 1 year for his birthday. Yeah. It's just kind of like, what a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's just
not a waste of money. It's the greatest investment of all time.
I don't have to buy my teams.
Well,
I only have to
that's because they're just giving away Cowboys. So since they're just giving away Cowboys fans, how long have you been a Cowboys tickets? How long have you been a Cowboys fan?
All my life. I can remember the J.C. Penney jerseys, like the whole thing. I had the Cowboys one. It was a white jersey, plastic helmet with the punter 2-bar helmet and the shoulder pads.
Yeah, the bare minimum. Yeah. How'd that work out for you? Take it off any sweet jumps with your bike, or?
What?
You had pads
He's
and
asking
protection,
if you got busted open with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
no.
How old were you?
I just played football with it. I don't know.
How old were you?
7, 8, somewhere around there.
So diehard Cowboys fan for life. What do you see happening with the Cowboys moving forward then?
I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I honestly don't think that Prescott's worth $30 million that they want to give him, or that he wants, I guess.
So a while back, I heard someone that I think we all know the person. Pat McAfee was talking about how the wave of the future more than likely is going to be these dime a dozen quarterbacks where they're just not worth as much. And I'm wondering if we're starting to kind of see that, because in today's world, hyper fast communication with these kind of concepts, like is Dak Prescott worth $30 million? No, probably not to Dallas. Who's he worth $30 million to? Well, if you'd asked me a month ago, I'd have said Jacksonville, but we all know what's going on there right now. So where does he fit in? Miami, there's a short list of teams that are desperate for anybody.
But he's shown that
body with a good arm, but
he's shown that he needs the run. He needs the run to be a good quarterback. That season when Zeke got hurt or suspended or both or whatever in the same season, they didn't have the run. He wasn't the same quarterback. They did, and then last year they had Zeke back, and they were a decent team.
Well, losing.
My only thing is, at least
you know,
if you're not gonna pay a quarterback and tank, this is the best year for it.
okay.
Be the worst team this year. I mean,
That's
your
the script.
your best options. What, Trevor Lawrence?
Well,
It's 2
possibly. You
years.
never know what tomorrow brings, but well, I think losing Witten had a lot to do with it because Witten was the leadership there, and so
He's
when
back.
you well now, but I mean,
Yes,
two
he's
captains.
definitely right. Yes, captains, absolutely.
right.
That's-
So now a lot of that leadership kind of fell more towards Dak, who's a younger quarterback, and it helps
And
to
who
have
knows
better.
what's going to happen with Zeke after the other day? Whenever he got in trouble, I mean, how long is he going to be out? You know how the NFL likes to punish everything that's seen on TV.
Well, especially the Cowboys, it seemed like a few years ago there was a sort of coup that kind of tried to occur there that the Cowboys spearheaded, Jerry did. And I feel like that's blown up in Jerry's face, and at times he's just treading water, personally.
A lot of times, I think he is.
Yeah. So just throwing that out there. I wish the Cowboys well, but not at the expense of the Packers or the Colts. And that's at least you're not going rooting for the Bears. We all have this kind of thing where we pretty much agree, fuck the Bears.
Yeah, I'm on that train too.
Attaboy. There it is. So speaking of trains, I hear that you've got a 5-gallon bucket stash of koozies. I hear you have enough koozies laying around your house to fill a boxcar, actually. But
Pretty
you've got
close.
5-gallon bucket. So what's up with this koozie obsession? I mean, do you have like this water boy type nightmare where you're going to get stuck in the desert with no way to keep your beer cold, or?
No, I guess I like to accessorize.
Express yourself.
And I don't know. I like collecting them. They're anywhere I go and I see one. I'm like, okay, I have to have that.
I always thought.
I don't know why either.
Yeah, I get it.
I want it all to look good.
I feel you're the prototypical couple that got married and got koozies for everyone as their quote unquote gift.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We still have a shit ton of them. Half of them are all those from the wedding that you're like, okay, I need however many people are going to be on the list. Well, we're going to times that by 2 because everybody shows up. No, not everybody shows up.
No, like 3
Just get the number that you need. We don't need extras. We still hand them out. People come over. Hey, man, do you have an extra koozie I can use? Absolutely. Here you go. Don't leave it here.
Here's one for a friend.
We're not taking it back. Once you touch it, it's yours.
That's great.
But I mean, I collect those.
Is that the only thing you collect?
No, I collect
fine liquors.
Not liquors. Head covers for my putter.
What? Like golf socks?
Huh?
Golf socks. Yeah, for your drivers, that kind of stuff.
No, just for my putter though. They're all Scotty Cameron putters. Sorry, okay. I don't know if you're allowed to say Scotty Cameron on here.
That's whatever. You
can
a product? Yeah, go for it. No,
I've got a bunch of different ones, and they've got like a couple of USA ones.
Just don't do an ad read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care how it makes
different ones they've got. So.
Right on.
My wife says I like to. She says that I play dress up with my putter. No, I just want options.
Is that it? I mean, is there anything else that you buy clothes for other than your beer and your golf putter?
I think that's where the weirdness stops. I hope.
Okay. I mean, it's not that weird, but you buy clothes for inanimate objects, and I dig it. I collect nuts and bolts. I'm a farmer. We do shit like that. I really do. I can't walk by a nut or a bolt on the ground without picking it up obsessively.
Do you know how many of those I see a day?
Yeah. Well, I'll look at it. I can tell what size thread it is and everything. No, don't.
I'll save them for you. I'll ship them to you. Ship them to you, but you're paying the shipping cost. Yeah, with some wedding koozies.
What more can a guy ask for? This is the best gift
my
I've ever
gift
heard of.
to you guys for having me on is this. Yeah.
Is a koozie each?
Yeah, you guys each get a koozie.
You get it. You're like
Guaranteed.
Oprah. You get a koozie, and you get a koozie, and you get a koozie. Everybody gets koozies. Do you just do the bottle ones or the can ones? Or
I do the can ones. The can ones, and I prefer that they fold up so I can put them in my pocket. I prefer them to do the fold up ones so I can put them in my back pocket.
Yeah.
I won't leave my house if I don't have to work. I don't take them with me to work. Actually, I do have one in my work truck just for a Diet Coke though. But if we go somewhere, let's go to Target. Okay, I'll bring a koozie with me. You never know what'll happen.
Do you have any that like you hated and so you got out a marker and you modified them? Anything
I've never
like
modified one.
Okay, my in-laws think they're funny because they live they're Houston Texans fans. They live down in Galveston on the island, right? And so they we send you some Texans stuff here and there, and I appreciate the gifts. I love a good bottle opener or a koozie, right? Just can't get down with that big fucking Texans thing on it, so I just put stickers on stuff a lot. All right, but a koozie can't make a sticker stick, but you can put a Sharpie on a bitch real quick, you know. So just throwing that out there. Yeah. If
I usually just hand the ones I don't like over to people that come over that I don't care for.
Oh, well, that's a good strategy as well.
Who are you? Why are you here? Oh, you got invited by that person? Here, you'll have a koozie.
You're just fucking grilling guests. Like, you're a goddamn drill sergeant.
Here's the St. Louis Cardinals koozie. Take it. Take it home with you.
I'll take all of those.
Consider it a wedding koozie. We don't want it back.
That's the division's getting tight. There's only a couple games between all four of them now. Brewers are sitting right back. Just what, one game?
Did they win today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I've got it pulled up. All right, the Brewers are tied. It's
at a different time now because you said that.
Yeah, the Brewers are tied right now for the division, and the Cardinals and the Pirates are tied pretty much, sitting right there for second, third. You know, so it's only 2 games, a game that for the division right now, and that's awesome coming down the stretch. I love when this division gets hot like this. You know, that's the pain of being in the the Central is that there are the Cubs, the Brewers, and some years the Reds and the Pirates can make a charge from this division as well. As a Cardinals fan, we pretty much dominated the division forever. So it's awesome to see these other teams making a charge, but at the same time, I want my spot back at the top.
You're a Cardinals fan?
Oh yeah, lifelong Cardinals fan. Well, I hold on. I'm indifferent.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I like the Cubs.
And you didn't have other options out there that you had to choose them.
Yeah, I could have been a Reds fan. I could have been a Cubs fan. I could have picked the White Sox, etc. Where I grew up, we got to watch the Cubs games on WGN on TV, and they played Cubs games on the AM radio and the Reds games on the AM radio, and the Cardinals fans. Our Cardinals games were on FM radio, and they were on TV as well. I just chose to get. You remember Ozzie Smith taking the field with that double backflip?
Never heard of Ozzie Smith. Who's that?
Oh, come on. Shortstop for the Cardinals.
Just kidding. Of course, I know who Ozzie Smith is.
You know what I'm talking about? Like the double front handspring or whatever he would do when he took his field. Man, I saw that for the first time, and I was all in on that dude. And then, of course, everything that followed next, Do
you think this whole time in baseball he thought I'm better than all of you guys because of this shit that I do coming out here? Like, I want to see you guys do that stuff. You can't do it? Then go sit the fuck down.
Ozzie Smith was badass.
He was.
He could run, he could hit, he could field, he could do front handspring for like 20 years straight. Man.
Vince Coleman was early 80s? Vince Coleman was there. And him and Ozzie Smith, they just sit there, and Vince Coleman would get on, he'd steal a base, and then Ozzie Smith would hit a single.
Yep.
And then there's Vince Coleman scoring.
Yep.
That was it. That was all they needed. Every single time almost.
Cardinals had a good run for a lot of years, and I'm excited to see them rebuilding. Speaking of St. Louis, it is NHL playoff time. How are you sitting on the finals here with the Bruins and the Blues? Are you a hockey fan at all?
No, yes and no. I only really watch hockey when it's the playoffs or the Stanley Cup. Okay. Don't really give 2 shits about it during the season. The Blues in Boston.
You
Everybody keeps
to follow the Blackhawks or anything like that?
I usually in the playoffs I'll follow. I don't during the regular season. I don't really give a shit. There's so many games I can't keep up with them.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's
Stanley Cup is part of the playoffs.
It is the finals.
sorry about that, Marco. I mean,
That's how much I know about hockey. There we go.
it's the first. You're the first person that's ever invited me on a podcast. I don't know everything that I talk about, so
It's okay.
sometimes it's just.
It's better to be honest and say that you don't than just pretend like you do. The world hates hypocrites, you know?
Kind of like a.
I don't even know where to find this podcast at. Where do I find it?
Well, you can find it on Google
We're on
Podcasts,
all the platforms
Anchor,
now.
Spotify. I believe we'll be on iTunes this week sometime. It takes a while. It's a verification process, blah, blah. But Anchor is pushing us across all kinds of platforms at the moment. You can go to our page at theloudmouthpod.com and find out information there, or you can just search for us, the Loudmouth Degenerates podcast, on any of your favorite platforms. Thank you for feeding me that question.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate
See how
that,
easy
bro.
that was? That was
Yeah.
so easy.
That
What
was
a
a nice
natural.
softball. Yeah. So
If
you should
Marco
find
just
us,
threw up
maybe
that
listen
tip.
to us.
Yeah, I'll definitely check you out.
So
At least this one. Just so I can tell how horrible my voice is. I'm not one that likes to listen to myself.
well, no one does
But you
really,
got
I
to.
bet. But
I
yeah,
have
it's
to,
just
Tyler.
That's
what
what
else
you
gonna
sound
do
like, dude.
delivering sandwiches or packages. I said sandwiches.
all right. So the UPS workers, I know a couple of these guys, and they like to play shenanigans. And it just seems like it's a thing from various location to various location. Do your coworkers and you play some just practical jokes at work? Is that a UPS? I mean, it seems like UPS workers really mess with each other.
We do. It's hard to whenever you're out on the route though, because every
Yeah,
once in a
well,
while
I
you'll
mean-
pass a guy, but in the morning, absolutely. There's one of my buddies. He sits there, and the buddies just sit there. Other buddies just sit there and mess with him. Every time he gets up, they'll mess with his coffee. They'll put tape over it, take the lid off, put tape underneath it. Just mess. They'll take his board and that's got all your information in it, and they'll just put different names in there.
Oh no!
And they'll put like his wife's name, like this is Mrs. Miller. You know, so yes, we like to have fun. When UPS guys it takes a different breed of person to be a UPS guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
We like to have
First
fun,
of
but
all-
at the same time, you got to be able to know when to kick it in and go.
Right. And you also have to be you have to have killer calves because it's really hard to pull off that work boots, black socks, and shorts combo. But you
You can
guys
do shoes now.
smashing that. You can do
You can
regular
do shoes
shoes.
now. Well, you have to have a brown or black polishable leather shoe,
Yeah, well.
like
Still.
a New Balance. Those New
Yeah.
Balances, though, man. I am so happy when I get my New
You're
Balance.
such a fucking dad.
Oh
I
no!
was thinking about this.
If I could test anything in the world, it would be shoes and underwear.
We were talking about this the other night. I should be a product tester for a lot of things, and you're saying that you should be a product tester for shoes and undies?
Absolutely, I
Right.
go through them like crazy.
Boxers or like boxer briefs, or you going Superman style with the Speedo trunks?
Usually a thong.
Yeah,
Just so the
right?
wedgie's already there.
Julio's.
No, I'm just kidding. The boxer briefs, I think the ones that are kind of like the spandex, so they hold everything.
Yeah,
You know, we're
yeah.
up and down all the time, so the less
There you go.
jiggling for me, the better.
He wears tights.
On belly and everything, it's just kind of like I want it all to be held there, and I want my feet to be comfortable because I'm on them all day.
Yeah, I get you. I destroy trucks. I should be a product tester for trucks and phones. I go through about 4 phones a year, usually from drowning or crushing or.
Well,
leave
you
them on
just
top
went
of my
through
truck.
like 2 vehicles a week ago, didn't you?
Dude, it's been a rough year. You got no idea.
So do you know? So you know how to fix all that stuff?
I try. I mean, it
I
ain't
don't
rocket
even change
appliance.
my own. I don't even wash my own car.
Oh, you lazy fucker.
I don't wash my car. Are you kidding me? The rain does that. My
Yeah,
driveway
At the
is.
point now.
No,
where
I
the
think
car
what
wasn't
Brian
there.
was insinuating is he lets somebody else clean his car.
Oh, yeah. I'm a peasant. What do I?
I don't even wash my car now, Marco. Honestly, but when I do wash my car, yes, I let other people
See?
wash it because I usually get the oil changed too, and I'm not changing the oil either.
So I grew up. I mean, I'm a farm kid, for the most part. And there's also that solemn pride of like, I don't know, how do I express this? If you can do something, I can do it. It's just a matter of repetition, time, familiarity, in my opinion. To an extent, some people are born with supernatural abilities, and there's no denying that. But generally, when it comes to something where there's a trade, now I'm not saying I can do it at the level they can by any means, but I do okay. I can weld a little. I can do a little bit of machine fabrication. I can use a lathe, stuff like that if I have to. You know, I don't have a huge giant shop, but a lot of my friends have different businesses and shops, and a lot of them let me do it. So at their places, so it's I don't know, man. I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that I can build nearly anything or fix nearly anything. It just that self-reliance aspect.
So we came out up in Chicago this weekend. Came out to our hotel or from the hotel when we got ready to come home. Went out to the parking garage, and my buddy's van's got a flat tire.
Ooh, yeah, you got
I
jacked.
was sitting there. No, he already had a nail in it. He said he was worried about it, and I was just kind of like, why didn't we think of another option here?
I couldn't tell you how many times a week I have to patch tires because of nails. I'm a rougher, so I mean it's the worst.
It was one chef.
Go
Whoa.
ahead, Ted. Oh, Tanner's here. He's got his fan on. It must be hot there.
Jesus
I got no fan on.
Kill the fan. We can hear it.
I got nothing. Is it me?
I will figure it out. Hold on.
Tyler's on it. But no, we come out the back tires flat on my buddy's van, and we were hungover so bad. We were up till morning, got up, went to breakfast, and all this shit. And came back. Are you all right there?
All right, everybody, systematically, one at a time, mute your microphone so we figure out who it is.
It's probably me. There it is, right there.
Marco. It was you.
It was
Mark.
Marco.
Oh my bad. Hold on. I couldn't even hear it.
Damn, you forgot to recharge the batteries on your new microphone, didn't you?
All right, let's go again here. So you come out, and the tire's flat on your buddy's van.
Yeah, and then I was just sitting there thinking, what are we gonna do? My buddy just grabbed his. They're like, okay, we're gonna change it now. Okay, let's do this. So we started changing it. But back on the topic of you doing all you changed out your transmission, all this. You know how to do all that stuff. I have no idea where to even begin with half this stuff.
Dude, just the internet is your number one resource.
That's how I found the actual device to lower the tire. There's a separate socket.
Yeah.
And it's hidden behind this little patch of carpet that's in the back of the van.
Yeah, the smuggler.
That's how that's how you lower the tire down. In the middle, almost at the middle of the van.
Yeah.
One of our buddies looked under the back of the van. He looked up and he goes, "Yeah, I don't have good news. You don't have a spare back here." He's like, "Oh, no." He's like, "No, it's up here. It's underneath the middle part of the van."
So I got a question. You deliver packages. I've delivered sandwiches, and I've delivered sandwiches late at night. So you got to have a tremendous
Is that a
delivery
T-Rex?
story.
A tremendous delivering story.
Yeah.
I told somebody that I was going to be on this podcast, and they said, "What are you going to tell them if?" They asked me what I was going to tell them if I had this awesome UPS story.
You have.
I don't have an awesome UPS story.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that
You ever been bit
I
by a
had a
dog?
75 Chihuahua. Tried to bite me in my a Chihuahua tried to bite me in my shin, but it didn't turn its mouth, like it went straight onto my shin.
And
So it just kind of clipped the skin. But then I had a Yorkie that bit me in the knee.
okay.
So this Yorkie came running at me and essentially jumped off a trampoline to get to my knee. I don't know how it did. So I've got those. But I have had like a 75-year-old guy throw a temper tantrum in front of me because I didn't have his heart medication.
That's not the way I thought that story was about to end.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say throw a grenade at you for a second.
No.
I was
His
just thinking-
heart medication pills. And he says, well, I have the tracking number. And our boards tell us how many packages we have for that place.
Yeah. And
I said, no, sir, you only have one package. He said, well, I'll show you my tracking number. Well, you can show it to me all you want, but it's not going to help. I can't get this package here. It's going to do absolutely nothing for us. You showing me that tracking number is essentially like me showing up without your extra bottle of medicine. It's not going to happen today.
Look, motherfucker, I'm not the complaint department. I'm the delivery department.
Yeah.
I'm the messenger, bro. Don't kill me. I get where you're coming from. What is good etiquette? So I have a big ass dog, and my UPS guys, whenever they change over, are a little leery around him, and that kind of exacerbates the situation. Do you guys get dog specific training? You have like Caesar Milan of
Not really.
Champagne that comes in and is like, look, this is how you behave around dogs.
You watch a video, they'll tell you. We watch a video, they'll tell you about it. Just watch out for them, things to look for, stuff like that. But it's, you don't really
body posture.
Any type of training you go through for dealing with dogs is going to change per dog anyway. So
yeah,
it's just kind of look out, look for the signs for them, drill fence.
Look for the teeth, bro.
You carry dog biscuits?
Yeah, I do. Yes,
Oh,
I have dogs on my route that.
Look, you guys got my
crazy
dog.
when I get there.
You got my dog hooked on them fucking biscuits to the point where if the delivery truck that shows up without them, they're getting jacked.
That's how we prevent running the 4.240s like Ronnie. We carry treats with us.
Exactly. When you don't show up with him and he expects one, and he's massive. He's 125-pound run.
They try to
scary, quote unquote,
almost maul you when you come back from vacation because it's a week they've been without biscuits, and they're just so excited to see you.
Yeah. So. Yeah. My dog loves, I'm pretty sure he would run off with the FedEx guy like that. Nothing against UPS. It's just FedEx guy has been here longer or whatever, and he's buddies with him.
Right.
Like, yeah, he's always chasing him out of the truck,
But anytime I see a young dog, sometimes I'll see a puppy, and I'll go out of my way to take them a little treat or something.
Yeah.
Just so they start to know.
So Marco, you should appreciate this. He's basically training them not to bite brown people.
I appreciate the sentiment there for sure.
Brown colored people in brown clothes.
Brown clothing, the whole thing, man.
But you don't have like a older but semi-attractive looking woman trying to jump your bones. Not that type of story, do you?
I haven't had that story at all.
What about a
Tyler?
dude?
What about a dude? No. Damn, Marco, the
75-year-old man.
Are you at the freaking indie track right now?
SWAT team's there.
I live on a busy street.
Sounds like Pearl Harbor outside.
Busy. Do you live on a runway?
Yeah.
Well, he's out. He's sitting on the sidewalk right now, using his neighbor's internet.
It's my outdoor show.
With this outdoor microphone.
So you've never had a woman make sexual advances as a man in uniform?
Not at all. Maybe it's just because I'm not an attractive guy. Maybe it's because I look like Cousin Eddie, apparently, to you.
You are not an attractive.
You're just showing up.
Fucker. Just happy I don't have. Never mind.
Oh. All right. So what do you do? You obviously play golf, eh?
I love golf. Golf is a blast. I like to do
What do
that.
you love about golf? Like
The
what
challenge.
is it just
What's your
Challenge
handicap?
to get better every week. I sandbagged a little bit last year, so it'd be higher. So I'm probably like a 12 or 13.
Jeez.
No. Probably about a
Okay.
14. Probably about a 14 right now.
So you're
So-
you're good.
so
Is
if we
that
take away your
hammered or
clubs,
not?
if we take away your clubs and give you an assortment of sports equipment and yard tools, how do you think you'd do?
Maybe better.
Couldn't answer that any better.
Golf's tough, man. Just when you think you have it figured out, it's completely different. I couldn't even imagine. I can't even hit it with regular clubs. What my question? I have a question for you. If you're going to do that, what are your 2 items you have to go with?
Potato
Mine.
gun.
Baseball
Potato.
bat. Okay, sorry. I guess
go
I should
ahead.
ask. If
Go
I
ahead.
guess
Go.
if I ask the question, I should probably just wait
No.
for
Baseball
the
bat and
answers.
what?
A baseball bat and I don't know. Get back to me.
All right, I'm going with a potato launcher right off the bat, and I think a croquet mallet. I'm actually pretty good at croquet. My friends and I play it. It's a super competitive game. If you don't play that as a yard game, don't get the little rinky-dink ass set kitty mallets and balls too either. Get the splurge on it. Go on Amazon, eBay, whatever. Get the adult size, official size set, and get competitive because it is a really fun competitive game whenever you get into it. Croquet mallet and a potato gun all day, as my driver. Although honorable mention, small
wouldn't you have
artillery
to
piece
take
like a little cannon.
But how are you going to refill your potato launcher while you're out there?
Hairspray,
Have to.
can of Aquanet.
Isn't it hairspray? But isn't
Yeah.
hairspray like a 3-stroke penalty?
No. How else are you going to make the potato
Wow.
launcher launch?
I hear that.
Yeah.
Did you hear my alarm? Somebody's here. I don't know who it is.
Oh shit!
It's your FedEx
All right.
delivery.
It's probably the FedEx guy. They deliver on Sundays.
What are you guys taking?
No, they don't.
There was a joke, Brian.
Tyler, what 2 items are you going to go play around
Amazon does
golf.
though, Tyler.
with?
Play golf with or what? Like we take
Yeah,
like full-blown
what 2
weapons or
other
what?
than golf clubs?
Full-blown
Yeah,
weapons.
what weapons?
Tyler, please tell me nunchucks.
I'll pay to watch that.
I would too. I would honestly probably do an axe. And
What the fuck?
yeah.
He's gonna he's gonna slice his scores in half.
That wasn't very punny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Tanner, what do you got?
Thinking a lacrosse stick as my
Yep.
driver, and a pool cue as my putter.
That'd be a good one. A lot of up and down motion with that pull cue, but I think you got that.
Yeah. Well, you'd probably have to flip it around, hit it with the fat end.
Be curious to see if you can put some English on it too.
I only speak English.
Marco,
Here
what are
we
you
go.
using?
I think. Well, I originally said the baseball bat, but I think also probably a hockey stick.
Yeah, that'd be a good one, eh?
That's underrated.
Go Billy
That
Madison.
is-
Yeah.
I was just sitting here thinking, what kind of flat stick can I bring? What better flat stick to bring than a hockey stick?
Well, you have to choose another thing, motherfucker.
That's why
I can't. So this is only a one person can have it.
No.
There are no rules.
No, I like that better.
Marco's being a douche.
That's a better idea. Though. Only one person gets. You only get the things you pick out of the pile. You can't be using anybody else's.
No, the concept as we have it now is the back of the golf cart's full of all this shit. Use whatever you want.
As long as it's not a golf
Maybe
club.
I'll use a sickle then.
How are you going to propel a ball with the sickle?
A putter.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that like the Grim Reaper? He carries like
Yeah.
a sickle, right? That's my putter.
That requires
That's
pretty
fine.
decent windup. Just for
Because I could
Yeah.
just, if I'm using a bat, I can
Emo golf.
I can at least, use my warning track power that I have when I use that bat.
Are we cherry bombing these with a baseball bat, or you have to hit it off the ground?
I think you
No.
could grab it off of a tee if you wanted to. Go softball style. I'd pay,
Sure.
you know.
Oh, you
throw
can toss it up in the
batting
air.
tee. Yep. Yeah, you can
Oh.
Jose Canseco that bitch too. You know.
He was snitching because he finished.
Yeah. You hit the ball and then go tattle on somebody.
Right.
Jim's, what are you bringing along?
Well, if I can choose what originally I was going with a baseball bat and a hockey stick.
Wait, who's this guy?
A
This is
copycat.
Jim's.
James, hey, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. I saw your face here the whole time, but you never said anything.
Yeah, I was trying to let the important people talk. I just listened so I could find a gap.
Oh, somebody thinks I'm
Go
important.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the awesome part is everyone pretty much chose a weapon. So if a zombie apocalypse occurs at the same time we're playing golf, we're good.
We're
Wait,
straight.
what was his?
Same as mine. He's a copycat.
Yeah, baseball bat, hockey stick, and I think that's the
See-
rational decision, really.
No,
But I thought
think
I did ask because I need the larger head to hit off of. That's why.
Okay,
It's true.
I think tennis racket go a long way.
Oh,
Well,
good
that's-
call.
Also,
Yeah.
I like
That might be better than
the
the baseball bat.
water
probably
balloon slingshot. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about? I think,
Catapult
Oh, yeah.
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but
you-
if-
Perfect.
what you
but
got to
would
do
that
is you
be
got to
where
park
you-
2 golf carts about 10 feet away or
No,
whatever.
that's-
Just
That's
click it on
using
real
your
quick.
caddy, though. That's a 2-stroke penalty.
I don't think so.
Or
There's
no, what is it called? It's a 2-stroke penalty.
you can keep score then if you're making the rules.
I don't know what these 2-stroke penalties are all about.
Well, it's whenever you use something other than your caddy to help you.
First one to reach love wins.
I would just like to see
Okay.
you know how you launch a water balloon by itself, like those huge ones.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You know you can do that by yourself, just standing there, right?
Yeah. But tie on the things to something and then pull it back.
No, you put your foot.
Oh,
Use
yeah.
your foot to hold it down, and then press your arm. Go up with your arms.
Yeah.
But hey,
You're
make sure you
telling
keep
me
your fucking head back, though.
that
We're
while
not
you're
gonna
out on a golf course, that
You're gonna get named.
you're gonna go that position while you're out on the golf course with all these guys, and not expect someone to at least, as a minimum, throw a beer bottle and hit you in the dick while you're down there.
Or
Where am I
smoking
down
with a
there?
pink
I'm
belly.
standing there.
I mean,
That better
everybody's
be a
got a
hell of a
slingshot
shot, too.
potato launcher in their hand. You know, it's a risky position to be sitting there with the X, Y, and Z in the wind.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't bring my slingshot.
There you go.
Tanner, how's work, dude?
Man, today was awesome until like 2 hours ago when everything decided to break. And then I became parts gopher. So 8 o'clock got a little hard to make. But we had a productive couple days. We're going to hopefully be done with corn by tonight. We just switched one guy over to soybeans. So now we have a drill and a corn planter planting soybeans. So they should go fast. Yeah, so hopefully we're done planting soon. That'd be awesome.
Do you have full GPS?
Yeah, every piece of equipment we have that puts a product on the field. So any planter, fertilizer spreader, sprayer, anything like that has GPS.
You run the good colors, right?
Gold.
We're a mixed bag. We got deer planters, IH combines, Fendt tractors that are running the planters.
You lost me. You already lost me, man.
Fendt is a European company.
Yeah.
Kloss choppers. We have 4 of those for chopping
Who's
hay
the
and corn
blue
silage.
planters? Kenzie's?
Those are Kinsey's, yep.
Yeah. My old man's got one of those.
Okay.
Personally, I really love New Holland equipment, to be dead honest with you. But of course, there's breaking the bank there.
But those are hard to find further
I know.
south of northern United States, right?
We have a New Holland dealer 4 miles from us.
Yeah, New Holland's
right.
pretty
Like
cool.
I'm like
I mean, they're all-
Illinois area, Iowa, like lower Iowa. Like
Well,
they probably
not-
don't have them as much.
Down in the big corn belt, I mean, they just run red or green. It's got to be expensive down there.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I agree.
We have 3 John Deere plants here, and we still have all the other shit.
Do you guys know how John Deere made their bones? Why everyone's so aligned and allegiant to John Deere? Back in the Depression,
Because
whenever
my dad told me.
yes, but here's why his dad told him. Back in the Depression, whenever all the farms were getting foreclosed upon, there were hundreds of different tractor companies at this point, basically, and they were all foreclosing on the tractors, basically.
This is the remix.
Business model. John Deere actually said, "You keep them. You pay us what you can when you can. Don't worry about it. You just worry about keeping your farm right now." And because of that, everyone had a very strong allegiance to John Deere, and that's what grew the John Deere name and the John Deere brand.
So,
So that's why my great granddaddy was a John Deere man, and that's why my grandpa was too.
I saw that
I
deer you
personally
were
like
on
New Holland.
today.
No, that's not mine. That's my neighbor's.
Yeah, but
I
I
was
saw
just
the one
helping
you
him
were
out.
on.
Yeah, it's not a bad ride. And the air conditioning don't work or anything, so you guys sit there with the door open. And Tanner, you know how dusty that is.
Oh,
Oh god.
yeah. I just came in straight from work, so you guys can't tell, but I'm covered head to toe in
Well, I know
dust.
that you're
You're
not.
slow.
No, you look
the
pretty
lighting's
disgusting.
Not as well
I do.
tonight as then.
What's that?
What was
Brian?
that?
The lighting was not as well tonight in your room as it was the other night
Oh.
whenever you called Tyler.
I apologize. Yeah. I mean, I
Wait
could
a
turn
second.
I could turn the lights on in my room, my office here, but it'd be warm, and I'm sunburned, so I don't want to be any warmer.
So your air conditioner was broken today, so you had to
So
go open. Is that what
you're
you're
doing
doing?
planning season?
I don't have AC in my house right now. It's,
Well, that's a northern thing, though.
no, it's not for this Vanilla Gorilla. It's coming soon. It just currently I'm really, really busy and don't have any time to get one and get it installed.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's coming. I don't do summers without AC.
Yeah, I don't have to sit in that thing in the summer without AC, or I'd be Johnny on it with the parts as well. Yeah, absolutely no way. You just can't do it whenever it gets hot out. It's one thing when it's cool and it's just dusty.
It's
But
the
when it's hot,
gosh humidity. Eh?
yeah, it's not the heat, it's the humility.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, planting season is nearly done. I got a little bit of left. My plant out date for my tender crops for my garden isn't until next weekend, actually. So that's how far north I am. I'm right on that zone 3-4 cusp, So I only have about 90 something days of frost free gardening. So it's a pretty short window. But anyway,
Brian,
we're nearly there.
Can I play a game with you? You want to do some word association?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I have 10 words written down.
10
I
words.
just want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay?
Okay. Well, no.
Brett,
you want to talk
Wait
about
a
who?
second. Hold on. Time out. My brain is still slow from Friday.
That's fine. Our brains are always slow. That's what makes us
Okay.
funny.
Perfect.
People laugh at us, not with us. We're not funny. We are dumb.
Degenerates.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
No, but yes.
Pringles,
Sour cream and onion.
Captain,
Morgan.
pogo sticks,
I would hurt myself so bad on one of those.
tapioca,
Pudding. Disgusting.
the metric system,
Why?
brown,
I wanted to say it, but that's not our logo anymore. Gross.
Aw.
FedEx,
Scabs.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Really?
Lame.
No, so everybody thinks that whenever a FedEx guy, UPS guy, and a mailman, whenever they meet up, it's just like it's going to go down now. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. These two are going to have a turf war or something.
Because there should be one.
There should be one.
No,
Or
You're not doing your
exchange
part,
deep
Brian.
Stories between each
they
other.
they
Are
do
you-
their stuff and I do my stuff. And
You don't carry like a
but
phone
usually
battle
the
axe or
reason
anything.
They're the
usually
competition.
the reason why it doesn't go down is because the UPS guy is usually busier than the FedEx guy, and he has no time to do all that.
You don't carry like a foam sword or anything just in case you get the opportunity to battle out with one of the other ruffians delivering.
Underrated cookie right
No,
there.
I carry two things at all times: dog biscuits and a piss bottle.
Oh, that's legit.
I got two last one for you, Brian. Are you
Okay, I'm sorry.
brain handle
I'm
this?
sorry. Maybe. Sorry, we got off topic there.
It's okay.
That's all right.
That was kind of the point. All right. The first one, USPS.
Like I said,
I
They're
broke
nice.
his
No.
brain.
On federal
Government.
tax dollars
Government.
supported.
USPS is government.
Last
That's
one.
what I think of them.
Last one. The Bears.
Suck.
Well,
The correct response was
Let's
fuck
go.
'em.
you actually answered every one of those questions correctly. That's
Yeah,
100%.
you passed.
Ding,
10
ding,
out of
ding.
Can
I
you
had-
send me the copy of that with the A+ so I can put it on the fridge next to my kid?
Yeah, I can do
Okay.
that. No problem.
So it's
Loudmouth
like
approved.
an award, but it's like a screening actually. So that was a loudmouth degenerate test. Apparently, you are one, and it's a medical condition.
I couldn't be prouder. I cannot wait to have a koozie.
Yeah,
It
you
says,
didn't get anything free.
Loudmouth.
Marco,
No, I'll buy it. I don't care.
Marco,
You are
there's,
one of the sick little bastards who buys koozies. That's right. What is
Yeah,
wrong with
we
you?
already discussed this. Oh, that's right. You were.
Oh, that's right. Somebody didn't show up on time.
Oh, that's right. Some of us
He
have
was
to
probably
feed America
Taco-
and the world.
Was he at Taco Bell cleaning the lettuce off of the lap?
Yeah, let's talk about that, Tanner. You're willing to die on the lettuce hill when it comes to tacos. So
Oh my
here's your
Ah,
free opportunity. Please
I've never
convince me
laughed so
and the
hard in
whole
my entire
world
life.
All right, let me
on why lettuce
Tyler-
is integral to the taco process.
for two things. First of all, I'll give some background on this so the people listening understand why we're going to argue about lettuce on tacos. Two,
I'll
Tyler,
write it
if
out
you
later.
can clip in that video, can you put that in the pod, please? Because it's important.
Wait, do you need screenshots of the DMs? Because I have some of those. Because I was laughing so hard in my phone.
Tanner, you're gonna have to send me the video.
That was the
I
dumbest
didn't-
conversation I've
It's
ever
in,
heard in my life.
it's in the DM, Tyler.
Okay.
It's 40,
Okay.
45 seconds of me mowing down a fucking time.
I'll go retrieve it.
Moving on. So for background, a few of us, we have a little group chat so we can annoy each other during the week and all that. A
Through
few of
DMs,
us
all things.
stopped at
Ridiculous.
Taco Bell, and then somebody out of the blue, I want to say it was you, Gems.
No, I think it was Ronnie.
was Ronnie.
It was dumbass trash man Ronnie. He goes, can everybody just agree that lettuce doesn't belong on a Taco Bell taco? And everyone was like, yep. And me, the antagonist, or whatever I am, I believe firmly that lettuce serves a purpose on a taco, especially a Taco Bell soft shell taco, because it cools it down and it makes it cool enough just so you can stuff it right down your yap and get eating it right away. That way you don't have to get home and let it get cold and blah, 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 blah. There's 100 reasons that people don't think it belongs on there, but I'm not the kind of guy who lets a taco sit for more than 20 seconds. If it's in the bag and in my pickup, it's going in my yap. I'm scared to go.
But Tanner, aren't you scared you're gonna get lettuce all over your crotch while you drive?
I have video evidence that it takes me 2 bites and I don't spill shit. And I didn't even have one hand on the steering wheel while I was doing that. And I was driving in traffic.
Allegedly.
If you spill lettuce while you're eating a Taco Bell taco, you're an amateur. Go to Taco John's or whatever.
I like how you brought the Mexican in and tried to back you
Taco
up.
John's, they have lettuce, so you have to ask for it.
And he got the soft shell taco, and I said specifically in defending the trash man that a hard shell taco and driving don't mix at all.
I agree.
Didn't somebody say taco and Tyler chimed in? You mean chalupa?
If you're going to eat a hard shell taco while you're driving, you just have a death wish.
But
I
by
do
the
it all the
time
time.
you know,
Yeah, I
they're
do too.
actually not as hard by the time you get to them.
Yeah,
You got to
exactly.
do the 3
You got to eat them
soft
fresh.
shells, eat those first, and then the hard shells, and then you get the nachos.
I go the reverse order because the nachos
But no lettuce.
are the
All the lettuce.
Hard tacos first, because they'll be soggy in no time flat. That nice crispy shell will turn into a nice soggy ass bottom half.
Yep.
You know, so bam, knock those out.
For the record, I do like lettuce on my
And
taco.
I don't spill
Thank you, Marco.
any lettuce. I love
Same.
lettuce on tacos. I believe Ronnie is the one who's allergic to lettuce, apparently.
Especially if it's really green and leafy.
Look, I'm not
I
a
only
healthy
eat
person.
lettuce
I'm not
on
trying to
salad.
incorporate more greens in my life. I think lettuce, in this specific situation, serves a purpose so I can stuff tacos down my gullet faster without letting them cool down. That's all.
Okay.
it is.
Iceberg.
Brian, you don't eat green foods, do you?
I'll eat lettuce, but it's by itself in a bowl with French dressing, not ranch.
Croutons.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have the croutons.
The
We call them
croutons.
croutons. I just call them croutons. From,
Throw a few creams in there.
You are a fib.
Did you just say croutons?
Yeah, I call them croutons on purpose, and my kids call them croutons. My son, he thinks that they're a snack.
Cooper?
I just
You guys are saying it all wrong. It's croissant.
I have a legitimate question.
A croutton.
When you order fast food from the restaurant or what McDonald's or something, and there's French fries at the bottom of the bag, do you guys have a name for that?
Stragglers.
Mine.
Refugees.
Yeah,
Right.
refugees. Yep.
Overtime.
Okay.
Overtime.
Glad I'm not the only one.
Overtime. That's
I always
weird.
get the extra. I always get an extra large, not like the size, but an extra large French fry at McDonald's.
Fry, extra large
You
fry.
get 2 large French fries?
Absolutely.
Sir, you are clogging your arteries, and I respect
For sure.
I respect
Potato farmers of America, thank you.
Okay,
They're so good. My wife and I had the discussion tonight or today. Why is it that whenever we eat food, we get done with what we gave ourselves, and we're automatically like, okay, that was delicious. I need to go have some more. I'm not hungry still, but I want to go have more. Why do we do that?
Well, food can be many things in
Vitamins.
our society. It's not just sustenance, obviously. It's it's the culture, the ambiance, the being somewhere other than a familiar surroundings, just going out and doing something as a couple, for example. Food's an easy layup, in that regard. Or if you're genuine foodies, it can be all about, trying something new at some place that you heard was amazing or whatever it may be.
I don't want to try anything new.
That's not what she
tacos
said.
really quick? Can we go back to
I'm-
tacos really quick? I think
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
something that will unite us all.
All right,
Can
finish.
we all agree that cheese belongs on tacos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Agreed.
Cheese,
However,
taco sauce,
Marco,
and
no.
have you
Hold on.
ever had?
Hold on. Don't
When
you
Marco
dare argue with me
don't
about
know
fucking
what
tacos. I'm the don't
Authority.
you dare.
Gotcha.
However, like the carne asada taco, I had to do it. Sorry.
He threw the tilde in there.
The carne asada tacos that they make and a traditional Mexican dude makes, and he just throws some cilantro and onions on there, which I don't like onions. I know we'll have the discussion later, but you don't have to put cheese on those.
It's customary.
Correct.
But
But they're still good with it. I'm not going to say they're not.
No, there's always exceptions to every rule, right? You don't have to tear down non-cheese. It's like hamburgers versus cheeseburgers. We all know. But some people,
Cheeseburgers.
there's place and a time. When you're eating like a
Well,
Kobe
people
beef
order
patty,
hamburgers. They're wrong.
when you're eating a bomb-ass Kobe beef patty or something like that, it's just like the best, like a ground porterhouse steak patty or something like that. There's an argument for no cheese there, maybe some blue cheese or whatever it may be, right? I'm just relax.
Just make a steak, bro.
Jesus Christ.
No, nacho cheese from Taco Bell. The
Belongs
cheese
on
that comes with
everything.
nachos,
Amazing.
you gotta get that as a side to dip in your tacos.
Absolutely.
I'm with you.
Oh.
I think that's great.
It is so good.
No, you want a fast food hack, kicking ranch and then tacos, man. Oh.
He just had an aneurysm. What the fuck was that?
What?
Kicking ranch. Kicking.
Legit. So Taco Bell has what they call the kick and wrench sauce. Kicking,
No,
as in
no.
I kick the hell out of this ball.
Jimmy John's does. Jimmy John's has kicking
Okay.
ranch. And we're right next door to a Taco Bell. So
Oh.
that's
dangerous.
That's how I got that combo.
So Tyler, Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we can talk about it, and you're the editor, so you can edit the shit out if it.
Hold on one second. Wait. Before you hit Jimmy John's, I do want to say before we get off Taco Bell, we all can legitimately say we would love one of those squirt the
Oh,
caulking guns they use to shoot out their sour cream and guac. I need one of those
Yes,
in my
sir.
life.
dude, we should market those loudmouth sour cream dispensers.
Loudmouth cocks.
Or ranch.
why?
Ranch dispenser.
Yeah. A ranch one would go far. I'm
I
actually-
wouldn't buy one.
The only time I eat ranch is on vegetables, really. To be honest. I have kids, so it's unavoidable.
Tyler, go ahead, man.
I believe Brian was asking me about my employer.
Yeah. Jimmy John's.
So
James.
Freaky fast.
the Jimmy John's
Delicious, by the way.
Champagne. Oh yes, absolutely. The Jimmy John's in Champagne.
I'm
One of their
familiar.
locations, they used to have a toaster oven in there.
Oh,
But the only way that you could go,
Tyler.
we throw
you
we
should
throw
have seen
things,
his
we
face.
throw things back in the oven to get that effect after hours, but that's again after hours. How often I'm there? Never.
Brian, you got to keep going with us.
So they throw in they have those toaster ovens that we used to have those here, but you could only get it whenever you went through the drive-through or inside. You couldn't get it through the drive-through, and you couldn't get it delivered. They ran a test here, did it for about 6 months, and then took it away. I had never been more disappointed in Jimmy John's in my entire life. Now I order. Of course, I don't like lettuce on my tacos. I don't like anything else. I don't like lettuce on anything. I just want it in a bowl
God
with my
damn it,
dressing
Brian.
and shit. And I would get the Slim 4 with cheese, add bacon, bring it home, throw it in the oven at about 375, 400
That's
for
the
about
play.
3 minutes, 4 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
4 minutes is pushing it. And then take that shit out and throw my jalapeno chips on top of it. And then
Gotta get
fold
the
it up.
jalapeno chips.
Oh, the most delicious food you could ever eat.
It sounds like you just described what I call I'm high and this is food. And it's
You're talking
something
about
I do
Quiznos, basically?
all the time where I basically get stoned and then these are the limited ingredients I have. It's like the almost like the broadcast version of MasterChef when they break shit down. It's like, bam, you've only got these ingredients. You're
Remix.
hungry as fuck. What can you make?
But
But
also,
I'm not high when I eat this.
but also, what Brian
no
has
judgment.
neglected to tell everyone is Champagne's where Jimmy John's is headquartered, and they experiment around with this sort of stuff in their stores for
That is
6
true.
months to a year at a time, and they either push it out nationally or they just totally get rid of it.
The more
But you
know.
can't do it with whenever you throw the. People don't eat warm lettuce. Whenever you toast something, you toast it before you put all the cold stuff on there, right?
Correct.
You
I
conventional
wouldn't know
wisdom,
because I
Pascal.
don't order it, but
It's the contrast, the hot things that are hot and the cold
Right.
things that are cold and the crisp
Right.
and the crunches and yeah,
I mean, I understand it
Chocolate
takes.
lettuce.
Their whole slogan is
freaky
fast.
fast, yeah,
So,
fresh.
When I make deliveries, sometimes people are like, "Man, I just ordered this yesterday." And I say, "Yeah, we're faster than Jimmy
So
John's."
how long did this go on? Did you become accustomed to this?
Did you go every day like everyone else does?
I would go 3 to 4 times a week when they had that toaster oven.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We got schmucks that'll go to Jimmy John's daily.
Oh yeah,
I love
Yeah.
Jimmy John's.
I mean, if of fast foods,
Italian nightclub, baby.
never heard of her.
Country club.
Italian
Club's also
nightclub's
good.
dead because it's now Big Italian.
Well, whatever it is, it's delicious.
Big Italian.
All the peppers.
Have you ever had their
know what I
day-old
mean?
bread?
The what type of bread? Sorry.
The day-old bread, it's $1.
Yesterday's
It's
bread.
so good.
No, you don't get it in the morning because technically after 4 hours the bread goes to day old anyway.
So if I go in at noon,
So, like-
it's going to be that day's bread.
If you go in at noon, you're getting yesterday's bread that they closed with probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're going in at like 5
They
or
don't open
if
at
you're going
8
in
a.m.,
5 or
Brian.
6 o'clock. If you go at 5 or 6 o'clock, that's when you might get today's bread.
in college, we always used to
They're
call
good
Jimmy
like
John's
that.
and order tomorrow's bread, and they would never get it. And whatever little stoner was on the phone, all we heard was huh? Yeah, we need like 7 loaves of tomorrow's bread.
Pick up some blinker fluid on your way.
Oh, the funny
If you
play
use
is
that for spaghetti, this like garlic bread.
PB and J is the play around here. That's what everyone else uses
Yeah,
it for.
we did that at the frat house in college.
Tyler, do you ever bring bags of bread home at the end of your turn?
No.
We had a buddy that would show up
Turn.
at parties late at
How
night.
long is your turn?
That's what we call our shifts at work. Turn. Sorry. At the end of your shift,
Don't say sorry. Brian's a dick.
Jimmy
Yeah,
John,
he is. He's a
he would
ass.
bring garbage bags full of bread to the parties at like midnight.
Nah, we never do that. Like we got if we'd bring bread, it'd probably be a couple days old bread like that. But that's the only time.
We probably didn't care. It might have been, I guess, but it was awesome.
Like what else is there? Yeah, like if you get some like because Brian's in a good spot because Brian is in Champaign and they like to follow the rules. Like we send managers down to Champaign to get trained to run like Jimmy John's. So if there's a place where the rules are followed, they'd be in Champaign.
Corporate.
That place gets a lot of stuff.
I was once lucky enough to be cruising through Tucson, Arizona, and they had Funyuns with wasabi flavoring. And this was back in like, it was amazing, delicious, absolutely wonderful.
Why would you ruin Funyuns?
Oh no, it was amazing. They were so good. I went out to my car, I opened the bag, I ate the first one, I went back and I got them all, right? Every bag that they had. Because I was driving to St. Louis that day from Tucson, and I needed road snacks. And B, I was pretty sure I was never going to see him again. And my hunch was right, because I've never seen him before or since. So, Funyuns, if you're listening, just Annie up, put those wasabi test pilot Funyuns that I caught down in Tucson, Arizona in like 2000, right? 5 maybe, something like that they were trying out down there on the shelves. They need to put that worldwide. I want to see
I did hear they are listening.
amazing.
So
How
Good
long
point.
did that?
Yeah, they're there.
How much extra time did that add to your trip, having to stop the shit every 20 minutes?
Well, like Brian said, I carry just a couple things with me.
Have you been back to that location since?
No, I mean, it was in Tucson. It was the last time I was ever physically in
That's
Tucson.
probably the only place that they had them available, because they sold out of them there within one trip of you going through.
Well, whatever. I don't mind skewing the results at all. I just wish that they had them all, I wish they
Why
would.
would you
That's
ruin
nauseating.
something that's so good?
They were amazing. They were absolutely delicious.
Sriracha flavored
Wasabi.
ones, so I know
Ew.
they're not a myth.
man, I feel you on that. My mom used to live in Albuquerque, and it's the only time I've ever seen it in a Walmart down there. They had microwavable pork rinds. That
Oh no,
popped
they
up
have
like-
those stuff in Indiana. I grew up on.
That shit was crazy.
What?
You never see microwave
Microwavable
pork
pork
rinds?
No.
Shit, that's my college years in a nutshell. Cheap beer, microwave pork rinds,
They're
ramen
good.
noodles. Bam.
Your gas must have been legendary, man. Oh,
No comment.
Melted the sea.
export light.
Was the pig farm right behind the gas station?
Yes.
Somebody's high on methane.
Never seen microwavable pork rinds?
No.
Oh, they're
I
amazing.
didn't, but I didn't start eating pork rinds until a couple of years ago because I'm a picky ass eater. So
One of these
wow,
days,
man.
all you guys should do yourselves a favor and find one of those Mexican grocery stores that only Mexicans go into.
Oh yeah, I
Find
go
yourself
yeah.
some of
You
those
just
pork
see-
rinds that are fresh and they still got a little bit of meat on them. Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ, it's like heaven.
I love those places.
Look, you roll up on a Mexican grocery store and there's an old guy fire roasting chilies outside. That's the place, right?
Get yourself some Mexican Coke too.
Yeah, go in there, get the
Oh, the glass.
tamarind candy coated in chili powder, or with the chili powder mixed into it, whether it's in the shape of like a chicken on a sucker or whether it's whatever. You get that, get tamarind soda. What else they get while they're in there, Marco?
Fresh empanadas.
The orange Jarritos are pretty good. It's like mandarin flavored. They have a fruity punch one. It's called Tutti Frutti. That one's good.
Oh,
Tutti Frutti's the
Mhm.
best. That's
Good
right.
stuff.
Brian?
The pickles. How
Yes.
many people? I've never known this before, man. Until a year and a half ago or so. gas stations sell pickles out of the jar.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Big ones.
So I
On
went in
a
the other
stick.
day to my
On a
gas
stick.
station.
That's not gross.
No, I know, right? I went into the gas station the other day, and they
Not
had
like
a
pickled
brand
egg.
new jar. They had a brand new jar. I know the guy working behind the counter because I see him every whatever, delivering here and there. I walked in, I looked at him, and I go, "Can I get a pickle?" And he was like, "Yeah, which one do you want?" And he goes, "Yes, yeah." And he opened it up, and I go, "But I want the one on the very bottom, brand new jar." He's like, "Oh no, get out of here."
So what you're saying is you're an asshole.
Yeah,
At least it was-
I didn't want a pickle. Hell no.
At least it wasn't a 10-gallon jug like I deal with at work.
Oh, you know what?
Pickles?
The pickles that Jimmy John's has, those are good.
Jimmy John's
They
has
are
pickles?
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
How come you
Have
don't
them-
put them on your
have them cut
sandwiches?
them
You
cut
can
in
now.
fours.
Oh, you
gotta
can
cut
finally
them
get
in
pickles.
fours, though.
That's why I stopped eating at Jimmy John's because they didn't
You
have
can
pickles.
get sliced pickles on your sandwich, and you can get a freaking full pickle. Either
They
They bring-
drew the line to
pickle.
pickles, Tanner. That's
Yeah,
what they drew the line.
Well, they took away alfalfa sprouts because apparently E. coli couldn't stay out of those things. And
Well,
pickles.
no, they took a lot of the owners took away alfalfa sprouts because they can't get consistent good product. That's why.
Yeah, the E. coli. That's the
Yeah.
issue.
Well, there's a lot of issues with sprouting as far as keeping mold down, et cetera. It's a very difficult process to keep clean.
4.5 years in the fraternity house. I got an iron gut. I can eat it.
Like
I ain't afraid of a little mold.
Hey, can I
shelf life. The shelf life. Go ahead, Marco.
can I go use the bathroom real quick? You guys just talk without me.
All right.
Even though I'm your guest, just talk without me.
Are you wearing a Michigan football shirt, you communist?
He is a
Oh,
Michigan
late to the
fan.
party
Go blue, dude.
with the Badgers.
I gotta leave.
Oh, Tanner
You're
didn't
gonna
see this
die on
yet.
this hill. This is your Alamo, Tanner.
Wow, that's
Michigan,
all it took
Wisconsin
for
He
rivalry.
doesn't put lettuce on his tacos, and he's a freaking
Is it-
Wolverines fan in Illinois.
Well, I mean, look
And
around you.
Cowboys.
There's a Notre
What's so
Dame
cool
fan
about
in
you
here.
anyway? Why
If
are
you
we
want to
gonna-
figure out
Popeyes.
what I
We
gotta,
got the-
I gotta go to the bathroom, and then we'll figure out if you want to ask me. how I
Michigan
feel.
and
Put
Cowboys.
your wife on. She's cool.
We got most of the Big Ten represented here anyway.
the real Big Ten, not the additional bullshit.
Jim
True
sitting
that.
in the
Additional
wings.
bullshit.
As long as we don't have any Ohio State fans in here, we're good.
Yeah, fuck the
Yeah.
Buckeyes.
Fuck Ohio
Look,
State.
I think this room's pretty much unanimous. Fuck the Bears. Fuck the Patriots. Pretty much all the Boston sports teams, really. And
Except for the Red Sox.
yeah, well, no, Reds. Yeah, not the Red
I'm-
Sox. I like the Red Sox well enough.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to
I like-
root against Red Sox.
I'm just saying, like, and I don't even mind the Celtics unless they're playing the Bucks. Really.
Yeah.
devout Red Sox fan here.
Speaking of which, the Bucks fell apart. Tanner.
Yeah, they did. They got Kawhi Leonard. Did
They got Drake.
Is that a verb?
And Giannis,
Kawhi Leonard
Giannis
did.
played.
I just made it a verb.
It was theirs for the taking. I don't
Giannis
know.
played
They
shit,
had a good
too.
run. They had a great run, and it is what it is. We're all very lucky that it happened. And Wisconsin is more bought into the Bucks than I think we have been in a very long time. And that's always good because Wisconsin invests heavily in its sports teams.
Yeah.
And whenever we take one under our wing, so to speak, myself included in this now, it's always a good thing, and that is undying loyalty. And with that comes a lot of scathing internet remarks. Fairly, the Milwaukee Bucks got tore the fuck up on social media. That's for sure.
They deserved it. That was their series to lose, and they did nothing but lose after that. That was terrible. They just didn't show up.
You know what does show up? Wisco Box. Wisco Box, Tanner, is a rotating box of awesome. It is everything you love about Wisconsin in one box to your door every month. With
No,
Wisco
they will
Box.
not ship me to the door.
GoToBox.com, box of awesome. For this month, you get 2 fluffy bunny bratwurst, 11 different types of cheese, a sweet sap whiskey, good enough to make you either A, fight a giant, B, cure all your coughs, or C, put lead in the old pencil. And if you use the promo code Dolores, you'll also get one stinky old box of Grandma Del Vecchio's handmade fudge, the official fudge of the Packer. And if you sign up now for Valentine's Day with Grandma Del Vecchio's Fudge Company, you can get chocolate starfishes custom made for your Valentine next year. Go to wiscobox.com/loudmouth, promo code awesome. So there you go. You can get that delivered to your door once a month because it's awesome. Just like Wisconsin, Tanner, and the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks are all right.
Depends
We
on
got-
your-
Tanner looks like a big basketball fan.
I like basketball. It's hard for me to get into the NBA. I don't know. It was better this year,
You
but
should definitely be a little taller, but you can make it if you try hard enough.
What Tanner? I'm sorry to hear about the news out of the Packers place camp today.
oh, Bart Starr, yeah, rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Yeah, that's
He's a
tough
legend.
one. He was. What I heard is the last time he was at Lambeau in 2011 or whatever. During the game, he walked into the pro shop and insisted on like meeting everyone there and spending a few minutes with them and everything like that during the game. And that's kind of who Bart Starr was. Like he was always had a minute for anybody. From what I understand, he just very much made anybody who met him feel like a member of the Packers community, and definitely legend on the field, obviously, and off. And in the community, so he's going to be sorely missed.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys my dad's age, 40s through 60s, somewhere in there, probably shed some tears today because like I look at Brett Favre as my hero and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Bart Starr, he was the man. He was the Tom Brady and then some of back then.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he
Over there drinking beer on the sidelines, and I don't know if Bart was, but that era of player.
that era, yeah, ripping heaters and
Yeah.
rum and
Smoking ciggies
Super
and
Bowl
everything
one.
else.
They said during the Ice Bowl they had to go get additional bottles of buttered rum at halftime because they had drank it all out before the first half was over.
So the Ice Bowl, when you're watching that, is basically a buttered rum shit show,
That's
right?
the only way they could stay warm, I'd imagine. They just had to keep the booze flowing, and yeah, it's probably why Bart Starr had to call that quarterback sneak because he knew his offensive line was a pile in front of him.
Just push them all down and run through, eh?
Hey, you fat fucks, just fall forward 1 yard.
My wife's aunt and uncle, they ran into him on their honeymoon at the airport in Minneapolis.
Oh wow!
And they took a picture with him, and he wished them good luck. And they've been married ever since. I don't know when that is. So
Bart Starr probably has a lot to do with that.
yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, that's a magical thing.
Marco's sitting over there and scratching his forehead.
No, I'm sweating. It's hot as hell in here. I don't have an air conditioner either.
Yeah, he
Same.
is.
You guys made me turn my fan off, jerks.
You can have the
Oh.
fan on. You just got to move it away from your microphone.
You mean the wind
That's where
tunnel
my
you
head
had
is,
on
dick.
earlier? The wind tunnel. Are you doing testing for like NASCAR or something?
No, literally, one of the busiest streets is like I have the window cracked so I can at least get some kind of air going in here because you assholes won't let me turn my fan on. So it's got Harleys and shit going up and down the hill.
Did you see any of the racing today?
Sorry, what?
Did you
Anybody
see any
catch
of the
the race?
racing?
Yeah, I saw
It's
6
all of
Amish kids racing down the driveway.
6 Amish?
Yeah, the tall redheaded one won.
Was this after the sober party?
Ice cream socials.
I'm not sure what this racing thing is.
So
What are
the
we talking about?
Coca-Cola 600 and the Indy 500 were both
And Monaco.
And
Monaco.
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 Yeah,
NASCAR
Monaco.
guy.
Lewis Hamilton won Monaco. Connor Daly finished in the top 10 at the
At
Indy
10th, right?
500.
Yeah, but he was as high as number 4 at one point.
And the Coca-Cola 600 is going right now. I've watched so much racing today.
You're gonna dream about left turns and right hooks.
I'm just going to go to work and do left turns.
Yeah.
And give right hooks.
Bam.
Oh, no.
Was there any fights, Brian? I mean, that's the best part of one.
Any fights and what?
There was a lot of handshaking
any of
going
the
on.
Hand gesturing, yes.
Yeah, a lot of the old. It's hard to
Rossi,
give the middle finger with a pair of mittens on, and that's basically what was going on. Is them flicking
especially in the
stuff.
front stretch.
Yeah. You can't give
Valentino,
me.
Rossi and Peugeot got into a nice gesturing match after the checkered flag.
Did they? I didn't see that.
One of them was like going like this, like doing the John Cena "You can't see me" and then waving to the crowd, and the other guy's just like, it's
That's
hilarious. to look
wonderful.
at.
Did the crowd do the same thing?
I wish.
I mean, they wouldn't be able to see him, right?
What's up with the
Right.
hand gesturing? Why don't they just grab a pair and duke it out, man? You know, if you're
'Cause
that
it
bad
take-
about it, go punch him. If not, get over it.
Because
So
it
they
takes
did the
20
shrug
minutes to
shoulder.
get out the car.
Have you
Yeah.
guys?
You can throw your helmet from 20 feet away.
Have you guys followed on Twitter? I know you guys. I mean, I don't know. You can delete it if you do. Delete this part out. But the Indy 500 picks from the infield.
I saw some random dude crashed, like as in a human being was passed out, like 18 minutes into the race.
Indy
Some shirtless
500
dude.
pick on Twitter.
Yeah.
It is the best thing of this weekend.
Is it a bunch of rednecks or what? What's it like?
It is everybody on the infields at Indianapolis Speedway this weekend. And they just
Yeah, we know how to party.
so many people, they even posted about it, so I can't even take credit for it. But for some reason, people love passing out in front of or behind of a porta potty.
Yeah, it's a shade
Nah,
thing.
nah, man.
Grand
Why?
scheme of things, that has to be the safest spot. Has to.
Just
Not in
because there's
front
always
of.
eyes on it? I mean, even if you're looking around and you're peeing in there, you still got an eye on it.
You pass out in front of that porta potty, you soon become a
That's
doormat
bad.
for very drunken people with full bladders. That's dangerous.
Oh yeah, why would you fall asleep there?
Well,
I'm not
sometimes you don't
sure
choose
why
where you
it
fall
makes
asleep. That's why they call it passing out, man.
I wish I would
Yeah,
have passed out earlier Friday night.
You
you
look like you're having a hell of a time.
so
It was a
what
good
you went to
game
the
too, wasn't
Cubs
it?
game?
Yeah, I went to the Cubs game. We started drinking about 10:30 in the morning. Went to
Doing all right.
went to a bar.
What was
Had
your
a hot
leadoff
dog.
drink? How did you start the day? Because you knew when you woke up this morning, you're like, I'm gonna get hammered today and go to a Cubs game.
I
That's
went down
pretty
to the
much what
bar.
it is.
I went down to the bar and I
Can you
asked them if
plan
they
the
had any
next trip
premium.
to Chicago?
That was just we got a hotel room and then just went there. There's so many more pictures that I have that I don't even know some of them. We went to the bar, and of course they didn't have premium, so I went with my second option.
Who the hell's my
And
latte?
and then went with my second option and got a Michelob Ultra.
Yes.
That's your backup to the Busch
that-
Light. Is
that's
a
the
Michelob
move.
Ultra.
That's the move. 95 calories.
Shovel
I
of
don't-
beer, too.
How do you go from Busch Light, which I give no shits, this is what I drink, to 95 calories is what it's for me? I failed to see the connection. Taste
Because
wise,
the-
especially.
When you're going to drink
the
24
company-
of them.
The company that makes more money than Busch Light, that's got the all blue cans,
Okay.
that fills me up.
I like that. Thank you, Brian.
It.
They don't like corn farmers.
It makes me bloated more than I already am, and I am extremely bloated.
Okay.
Friday when I got off work, I got home. I weighed myself. And people will say that it's a fucked up measurement, but I've only weighed myself after work. And like it's the same around the same time after work every single time that I've weighed myself. I didn't weigh myself one morning and then went to work and came home like, oh hey, I lost fucking 15 pounds today because I fucking went to work. But for the first time in my life, probably 8-9 years, I was under 300 pounds on Thursday.
Let's go.
How
Yeah.
tall are
An
you?
accomplishment.
Huh?
How tall are
That's
you?
a hell of a
What did Tyler say?
accomplishment. Good one. Very good.
Thank you. I'm 6'6".
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
You got a kind of a big frame, so you wear it well.
I'm husky, man. I'm stout.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm a very stout human as well. I feel like my body's just denser than other people's. You call me fat, call me big bone. I don't care. I love food. And that's probably part of the equation. But I work hard as a mother as
So
well,
that's-
too, so I'm strong as an ox.
That's why I went with the Michelob Ultra. It was just I didn't want to feel bloated. I was feeling good about myself. It's pool season. I got to knock like another 15, 20
Work on
pounds
that
off
dad bod.
because
Was
you
there-
know you go to a pool and as much as you don't want to be in front of other people without a t-shirt on, they don't want to see you without a t-shirt on. So it's like, okay, I need to lose some weight if I'm gonna be comfortable with this. I don't like it.
That's your big goal right now? You're trying to shed
Yeah,
some pounds?
get into pool season. One of my buddies I went to Chicago with this weekend. He's putting in a pool. He's got the pool in. He's just waiting for the concrete to be poured because it's been raining so much
Right.
that you can't get the concrete in. So
you
I'm
guys
using this as
you guys are
as
done having kids,
motivation.
right? You're done having kids. There's no
Yeah,
more kids in the equation.
absolutely.
Okay, so
class of 2014.
all right, perfect. The my wife and I are still in the kids making part of our lives, and so here's this phenomenon that happens whenever your wife is pregnant. You're basically pregnant too, right? And you eat
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Absolutely.
I hate it. I hate it.
The
Every time she gets
pregnancy,
pregnant,
yes.
I blow up.
Yep.
And right now I'm fighting it tooth and nail because it's our third go around and I know it's coming. But still, there's some inevitability there. And I hate it, dude. I can't wait to get back to, not just, I don't care how I look. It's about how I feel.
I felt great on Friday when I was there. Yeah, Friday, I went to the game. I felt great. And then I gave no fucks about anything all weekend and just drank and ate and had a few waters here and
Yeah.
there.
Shock the system.
Yeah. And now my body's just like, ugh.
Now you need to sleep and drink lots of water.
I told my wife today, I said, I hate
Pedialyte,
3-day
cousin.
weekends. I hate
Pedialyte.
No, we had some stuff you just poured in water.
How that
That's that
tastes.
shit from Costco.
I have no idea. Somebody just handed it to me.
Honestly, this
Drip,
is
drip drop or whatever.
Very cousin Eddie of you.
You drink drip drop in a random water bottle from a stranger.
No.
You're
I
not
poured
concerned
it
about
in
this?
there.
Oh,
I poured
He
it in
roofied
there.
himself.
Visine.
No. We rode in a
Visine.
van on the way up to Chicago. But anyways, so one of the fucking Jesus, we keep getting off on the conversation. 10:30 in the morning, I ordered a Michelob Ultra.
Oh,
Miller
boy.
Yes.
4.
Or
That's what we were
Yeah,
asking. All
Michelob
right, first
Ultra.
drink. And then
Was
That's
this
the
at
first
really
drink.
at 10:30, or was this your fourth drink at 10:30?
No, this was at 10:30, like my first drink.
so what time
Went
did
to a bar.
you go find your seat in the stadium? At Wrigley Field anyway.
About the time Schwarber walked up in the first inning and jacked a home run. We got in there, sat down, looked at the field, saw Schwarber was batting, and boom, there's a home run. That's about the time we got there. So that's, let's see, what, 120 game, whatever.
that's a great way to start.
Bar. Well, we were up till 2 a.m. drinking still. It wasn't good. I told my wife and her one of her friends that the next morning we went to breakfast. I said, we left the bar last night because I had a bar in the hotel. We left the bar last night. They were chanting me and my buddy's name, and they're like, "You're such a fucking idiot! Fuck you!" So now my goal is to be at a party and get it on a recording.
To get them chanting your name? Yeah, you got to get video evidence. That's how we roll.
Yes, yeah.
Was it Brian or Brian in Champagne? Brian in Champagne. How do they do it?
They would just do Brian. Brian.
Those are the best nights.
Yeah, I've never had one of those. You missed the intro, man. Matt did this awesome intro, and I've never been introed before. It
I'll
was
just
great.
listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
Now
I'll
you
just
got
put,
it. Now
I
that
don't
you've
know.
got me recorded doing your intro, you need them recorded chanting for your highlights reel. So whenever it's time to die, you'd be like, just hit the music.
That'd be great. You know the best part about tonight
What's that?
is that this little live thing up here in the top right corner is highlighted.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
What are you getting at?
Somebody.
Well, the other night we talked and it wasn't highlighted. What is that yellow in the corner up
That
there
means
mean?
it's recording.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me
So-
explain something to you, Brian. I'm recording this technically onto my YouTube channel because YouTube has the ability to record live things and archive them all in itself. So it's just a simple download and listen to it after the fact. That's why.
So it's kind of a hack.
So-
So instead
The
of
more you
us
know.
recording it on my computer per se, right? We
We've
do it
tried
with
to do
YouTube.
many times.
Yep, and it works better when you do it on YouTube. There
I
you
just
go.
like the
You're a
fact that
podcaster.
everybody's here.
It's
It just doesn't work that well when Tyler's at Jimmy John's slinging subs.
and
And
crashing
working
the
with
internet at
Yeah.
his work. All
Yeah.
right.
Still
But
So,
I didn't feel
speaking
so
of-
by
good
the way.
today.
Speaking, you spent the weekend burning down bars. I heard that you've got this thing for dirt floor bars. Tell me all about this subject.
No, I don't have a thing for them. I went into a dirt floor bar once before. It was a strip club in Wisconsin. They had dirt floors. The strippers put in their own music in the jukebox to dance to. And there was just like a Venetian. Is it like a Venetian blind? Is that what's like a room divider?
I have no
That
idea
was
what you
what
mean.
it's like a divider. That you just
curtain?
kinda- no, but
Like
that's
a
just
giant
freestands.
squeeze box, kind of like.
It just freestands.
Did you see
Okay.
dirt on titties?
Do what you say?
Did you see? He said, "Did you see dirt on titties?"
Dirt on it?
That is not a question.
No, I don't believe you did. But yeah, they would have to put the quarters or dollar bills in the jukebox to dance for, and I think they would put $1 in. It might have been a quarter per song, so the other way, they'd get their song that they could dance for, and then they'd get 3 songs worth of lap dances they could do, something like that.
Was it one of those? Was it one of those dumpy ones just right across the board?
North of
Wisconsin?
north of where I'm at, yeah.
Like probably right down the road from British Will, actually, where he lives, I think.
No, it's up. No, it was way up in northern Wisconsin, I do believe.
Oh, northern.
Wow.
Tanner, what are they talking
It
about?
was like a whole
I'm
drive.
thinking it was in Nina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Where was it? This is
That
a
doesn't
free ad.
sound right.
Nina Menasha would be the place, by the way.
I could have sworn.
That's the place.
Nina would.
That's the actual
Nina
place?
would be the
Nina
kind
is
of
the
place that would
city.
host that.
Nina
Out of
is
all
the
the
city.
cities on the lakeshore,
No.
Nina would be the one.
It was a whole day to get there. At the time, I didn't even work a whole day for my job. But yet I had to be in a car for a whole day.
How could you be in a car the whole day driving to Wisconsin? You
It
can get to
was
like Superior from where you're at in like 8 hours.
Well, Milwaukee's 4 hours from here.
Okay.
So
Is it that far?
another 4 hours north of Milwaukee will get you where?
Matt's
Me.
house.
Maybe. It's 4.5.
Did you
I mean,
drive 8 hours specifically for this dirt?
It was no. We went there for a buddy's birthday party, and I think that's when the girl's nipple poked his contact out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Talk about
That was
occupational hazard. What a bitch for the insurance. We have a guy who's in the insurance world, and I want his take on this one. He was actually at the 500 all weekend, and he's recovering. Apparently, he's still getting smashed right now. Kudos to him, Flegs. But I'm dying to hear the insurance angle of that. And also, how did he explain? I mean, did he freak out and was like, "Oh, my contact," or did he just roll with it? How
Was
did that
it cold
shake out?
It was definitely cold. Yes. I don't remember. I think he just kind of grabbed it off of his cheek and then just put it in his hand. I don't remember exactly. It was one of those things. Anytime you're ever in a strip club
with a dirt floor.
especially a dirt floor,
Lots of hand
way too much
sanitizer.
to drink, man. Yeah.
So where's your buddy at in Wisconsin? Like where does he
I don't
live?
know. I don't know. That was like his home.
He lived at the
Or
dirt floor strip club.
with his parents. No. That town. I don't remember what town it was.
It's okay, dude. You don't have to incriminate him. That place should be preserved for posterity's sake, and the best way to preserve it is to not mention its name. We'll figure it out off the air, right? Because I probably live pretty close to this place. I think I know which one it is, actually. So you live fairly close to Chicago, right? It's not too far of a hitch for you guys. Are you going to be towards the end of September in Chicago, maybe on a Thursday night at a comedy club?
I won't be.
Ah, you got plenty of time to plan.
No, because with my job, it's 2 days. It's 2 days off. I gotta have to take off.
Okay. Well, I mean,
And
here's why I
because it's not
suggest
like
that you maybe.
It's not like I could just get there after work because I never know when I'm gonna get off work. And then by the time I get up there, I'm going to have a good time. So the premium is going to be rolling.
Oh, I've seen him
I
have a
think we're
good
just
time in
going to
person.
drag a keg around with us all weekend.
We've gone. Me and a buddy have gone to races with just kegs for the weekend and come home with
I
nothing.
have too.
Yeah, those are the great times.
Yeah.
Those
There's always everybody's got ice if you got a little party keg or whatever and you're dragging it around, little half barrel.
We went to Bristol one year.
Oh yes.
Couldn't buy enough propane to keep us warm. That was when it snowed. They had a
Propane
snow delay.
accessories?
No, legitimate propane to keep us warm. The next year we went back, we took everything warm we could have. We couldn't buy enough ice to keep a fucking beer cold.
Just wrapping all them blankets.
I think that was when they had that race in March, and it was always so up in the air if it'd be cold or hot, cold or hot.
Right
Tough
on.
ones.
It's not my fan this time.
So there's a big void in everyone's life from last week, and it's kind of the pink
Here we
elephant in the room.
fucking go.
We got to talk about it because it's been lingering in the air. What are you guys doing to fill the time that you used to devote to Game of Thrones?
Absolutely nothing. I'm enjoying myself. I'm smiling more. I found myself more happy, enjoyable. Don't miss it one bit.
I'm doing this Loudmouth Degenerates podcast because you know what? Honestly, that shit, I'm still upset about it. Fuck
I
that show.
can't believe you brought that up.
How dare you?
You're gonna. We were having a nice time, and you.
Everything was going so well.
Too soon.
Is it bad
fucking
that I'm
soon.
not sad that it's over?
They are. They're legitimately sad that A, it's over, and B,
No, I'm
even
not.
more.
I'm
that
not.
I'm not. I care less.
Oh,
Right?
I could care less as well.
Yeah.
And I
but
watched
these
it.
guys, yeah. Oh, you watched it and you're not sad that it ended at all or how it ended?
After the last season, yes. You're going
Don't you dare
to,
hold back, Brian.
I'm not. You are going to have people that don't care for it. But at the same time, you need to put something out there that people can at least be happy about.
What is there to be happy about?
Okay, so the last episode, why did there need to be 45 minutes of walking?
Yeah, that's why we're pissed. The whole season sucked, especially the last episode.
But what I'm saying is, like, I'm glad that it's over because you couldn't. Why would you mail it in on the last episode? Or not the last episode.
He meant
The
season.
last season, I mean. The last season. Why would you mail it in? You had this. I'm not upset that it's over, though. I'm so glad that it's over because I don't have to fucking deal with it anymore.
Hold on. I've been thinking about what Tanner said last time because the fucking fight between John and Graham, where that never fucking happened, could have been a
Never.
trial by combat. Jesus Christ. Why did we not? Why did nobody
Who?
fucking Tanner thought of that? Why
Who
was
is
there a
it?
trial by combat to get John out of the fucking prison, and then they could have had their fight? Like, can we just
Because
do it
the-
already?
Because the three-eyed raven already knew what
Fuck
we
that
were
raven.
going to do.
That's the
He knew-
dumbest shit.
The three-eyed raven already knew that everything
Matt-
was going to happen
Matt,
and what was going to happen.
you
And
sit there eating your cookies. You're a troll. You
You're
knew
a
this.
I'm
was
not
fucking
eating
asshole.
cookies.
Piss us
My
off.
one of my
Just-
koozies.
You just
is
set us off
empty.
on purpose. This is like the whole Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo thing. Matt just set us off.
Oh my gosh, those Alex Jones things are crazy.
I bought a hand to the king, or hand to the queen sweatshirt because I was so pumped up for this season, and it was worse than Lost. I'd rather just watch the end of Lost 20 times than I would devote
No.
any more time to Game of Thrones.
Did you guys say spoiler alert at the beginning of this?
No, not one single time did
We also got in trouble
we
with
did
that
do it
last time.
last episode.
Yeah.
Standard
we got
issue.
that.
You wait 1 week and then you don't have to say spoiler alert. It's been 7 days.
That's
I mean,
true. Exactly.
By the time this comes out, it will be. So there's your
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
If anybody
Yeah, might
made
as
it a
well.
whole week without getting into spoilers, that's
Are you? Is it still sunlight there?
No, he's outside the steel mill in a well-lit parking lot for security reasons.
But whenever
Well-
we got on here, he was sitting out there, and it was
still funny
daylight.
then.
And
It
I mean,
was.
by the way, we can only see you from your nose. Anybody that's watching this eventually, when it comes to video, we can only see from your nose up. So you're kind of
See my nice gold mic.
yeah.
Now we can just
But,
see the nose down. I love
Yeah,
it.
now we can only see the nose down. Don't you have the video looking at you?
I believe.
But you started this and it was daylight, and you're sitting in a truck getting paid.
Yeah, like 2.5
And it's
times his
dark
normal
now.
rate.
It's fucking dark.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hey
God
Brian,
bless America.
Brian, I got a question.
I'm on my phone.
Are you wasted?
I'm not
Sounds like
wasted. I've had a few drinks.
No,
You're
okay.
pretty lit though, aren't you?
I mean, you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
getting excited about Jem's nose. I mean, a lot of ladies do. I didn't think we would dedicate much time to it on the podcast.
No, I've
Hey.
definitely had drinks today. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I definitely had drinks today.
Oh, must be nice.
So
Yeah, I mean-
I have 8 hours of work left. I'm sitting in my car for now and getting paid. So first
You're
one
the
of my
only
paid
buddy-
for this podcast.
Yeah, the only guy getting paid to do a podcast.
Trendsetter.
Man, I think Marco's getting paid though. Isn't he Isn't he babysitting right now?
Do what?
I think you're getting paid right now. to
Babysitting
babysit.
that joint.
No, I saw some kid running in the back.
I had to roll a blunt. I couldn't do the joints no more,
Oh.
man.
Saw a
Just-
kid in the
just stay
background.
lit.
No, I don't think it was.
He's got like 11 of them. He's only been married 5 or 6
Marco does?
times. Yeah, he's
I
been
only got-
married like
I only
4
got 2.
times.
He's on the McComas plan.
No, I got a beat, bro.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And marriages and divorces, right?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Tied. Congratulations.
No, I got a beat. I've been married 3 times.
Is anybody got their
3
grill on
times?
this weekend?
Oh yeah,
What'd you grill out,
Burgers,
Tanner?
I did 3 different chicken breast recipes. I marinated one with some apple cider vinegar and red pepper chili flakes, whatever that word is. And then I did one with like an Asian zing glaze, and then I did another one with just a basic barbecue with some Jack Daniel's glaze, slow cooked on charcoal, for about 45 minutes. It was delicious. I was pretty proud of myself.
Did you get sunburnt?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like this red is gonna be lobster red in about an hour once my
It's
skin
not so much
cools
here
off.
or here, but right here.
He's pointing to his whole body in case everyone is wondering.
Shout
Yeah,
out,
I
shout out
fried.
Chris Farley.
I fried.
Sheesh.
It's officially SPF 100 season.
Anybody
That's
else
the way to
get their grill fired up this weekend?
I had
No.
burgers.
Yeah, burgers. Anything
Yeah,
special
burgers.
about your burgers?
They're already seasoned. Don't buy the already seasoned ones.
Good call.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of seasoning my own
pick
meats.
them out. I didn't pick them out, but yeah.
Hey, go with what you got where you are, you know?
Yeah.
Yep, I did of course it's Sunday night, so tomorrow being Monday, you know, that's the traditional grilling date in my opinion.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. So I don't
Happy
have
Memorial Day, everyone, by the way.
yeah. Never forget the reason for it, you know, and those that died so that we can have this day where we kick them on back and crack cold one, you know, and relax.
Absolutely.
Am I the only dumbass that thought
So all that being
Memorial
said,
Day was on
it
Sunday?
is one of the greatest grilling
Yes.
days of the year, barbecue days. No,
you
Monday.
are, Tanner.
Monday is Memorial Day, right?
Huh. Okay.
Correct.
Yep.
That makes sense
So-
why we get it off then, or why people get it off.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the biggest grilling holidays of the year. I'm going to probably make my jalapeno poppers, which I cut my jalapenos in half lengthwise. I try to leave my stem on. Grab a little spoon, scoop out the pith and the seeds from the inside. Then I take cream cheese and I mix either pineapple chunks into it or crushed pineapple. Or I like to go with raspberry jelly a lot too with my cream cheese. Whip that up good. Stuff
Yeah,
my
that sounds
peppers.
good.
Take a piece of thick slice of applewood smoked peppered bacon around the outside, right? Put a toothpick in it to hold it on there. Put it on the top of the grill, low and slow. Let it cook and let it rip up there for a long time at lower temps. And then right at the end, I take some agave syrup and I go over the top of the whole thing. And I hit it with a little red chili pepper flakes for a little added flavor. And I've never had any left over. But it's all about that fruit on the inside and the cream cheese to mellow it all out, you know?
Sounds legit.
It's pretty good.
Really
I don't even
does.
like jalapeno poppers, but that sound I definitely
Yeah.
try that shit.
Yeah, that's the way to have them, in my opinion. Is that way? I mean,
What's that last thing he puts on there, Tanner?
I
Right.
don't. What do you want me to say?
Agave syrup.
Those pepper flakes. He couldn't even get it out earlier.
Red chili pepper flake things.
That's the one.
Marco,
The spicy shit in the bottle.
What's that, James?
did you just say you don't like jalapeno poppers?
All right, so we're about to have a conversation, guys. I need you to sit down, buckle up.
We're all sitting down.
You don't like hot
I'm
food.
probably no. Hold on, I do eat hot food. However,
Do we got Spark up again?
I
for
might be the only Mexican on earth that doesn't like tomatoes, onions, peppers, but I can have it if it's like more like puree, like it's that chunky. Can't do it. I don't
You
know
like
why.
you like salsa, but you don't like chunky salsa.
Exactly. That's exactly
Oh.
right.
Do you eat tomato slices at all?
Nope.
Not even on sandwiches.
Can't eat tomato if there's even cubes of tomato. However,
And
when I
chili.
make
I'm with
guacamole,
you.
I can eat the tomatoes in there.
No.
And you
No,
don't
I'm
like
with you
onions?
completely.
Onions anyway?
No.
I like the flavor of an onion. I just can't eat the onion.
Yes.
Weird.
I don't like the texture.
There you go. Slimy. It's gross.
Yes.
You guys
And
are
I
sick
don't-
fuckers putting slimy shit in your
And
mouth.
I cannot stand tomatoes.
I don't
If
even
there's
know if
chunks
I'm
of
gonna
tomatoes in
ask this.
pizza, I can't even have it.
I'm out of words.
Do you eat mushrooms?
No.
Can't do it, man. Can't fucking do it.
I won't even hesitate. No. I don't.
It's all right. Not everybody likes them.
But I
No
saw
reason
you
to
made
take a
some
shot
on
at
pizza the other day.
Yeah. You
That
can eat
was
'em.
pretty badass.
Like, I think, and you've heard it said 100 times. It's a lot like if you say, "Oh, I don't like venison," first thing someone's going to come at you with is you haven't heard it, this way or that way or whatever. I think that's very much true. It's all in preparation. Some ingredients like lean meats, which is what a game animal is or pasture raised pork or chickens. Those are leaner meats. So you have to cook them at a lower, slower temperatures. Or otherwise you dry them out. And that's what everyone inevitably says is it tastes dry. Same thing with mushrooms. It's really about how you cook with them. There's so much more out there other than just sauteed in butter, although that's tried and true recipe.
Didn't you say there's some that tastes like chicken?
There is a mushroom that tastes like chicken. Yeah.
Chicken woods.
Yep. Latiparus sulpharis or its cousin, Latiparus cincinnatus. The chicken of the woods or hickory chicken. There's a lot of different names for them under the common banner, but Literally tastes like chicken. Makes maybe the best fajitas in the world. No joke
Do they
about it.
still taste slimy?
No, they don't. They taste like chicken. That's why they got the name Chicken in the Woods.
I think
Everyone
you
who
have to
eats
bring this with you to Des Moines. I don't believe you.
How about I make you go out in the woods and find them on my vacation instead of me going out in the woods and finding them on my vacation? I'm just throwing that out there. But if we see one
Aren't
while
they
we're
like the really
driving out,
big, crazy looking ones on the side of a tree?
yeah, they do grow on trees. They're big orange cluster or bracket type
You're supposed
fungi.
to see if
So
it's
they grow in
poisonous by
shells.
sticking your tongue on it, Marco.
And it's all about the host tree. I mean, if we're going to really talk about this, it has to be growing on something other than a conifer. If they're on a conifer, an evergreen type tree, they're considered toxic in that scenario. Some of them are. I mean, but particularly Litiparus huronsis. So it's all
So I
about.
shouldn't go around licking mushrooms.
There's, as far as I know, there's nothing so deadly that just licking it'll kill you. Mostly it's about ingesting it. Most of them take 6 to 8 hours before you're pretty well done.
I have tried psychedelics one time, and I
How'd
don't
you-
think I took enough. But
Denver just legalized this, so this is the only reason and I did that blog post about this.
Heard
But
that.
this is the only reason that I'm willing to discuss this is because now it is and it should be gaining momentum for being what is the word I'm looking for? Decriminalized,
they're
right?
testing on soldiers, correct? Like PTSD, microdosing,
Yeah,
and stuff?
and so you've got it. Microdosing and PTSD. So microdosing is the dosage. So instead of taking in a large dose at once, i.e. 3.5 or 5 grams, which is roughly an eighth to a quarter of mushrooms, 5 grams being considered the hero's journey, or
Shout out
death
to all you
of
potheads
ego.
that know what that means.
Right. Or death of ego. So a quarter of an ounce of mushrooms is considered death of ego. It's where you get a whole new revelation, and basically you kill who you thought you were, and you undergo a transformation. Or it could be the worst experience of your life if you're a control freak. Either way, at the end of it, your brain is gone, and your body's nervous system has gone through an electrical storm. And it's basically reset itself, and so has the dopamine levels and all these things in your brain. So one dose of medicinal, applied psilocybin or psilocybe cubensi, the mushroom, can reset you and give you what basically equates to like
This is
no
the
side
best
effects.
part.
Matter of fact, what they're finding over and over is right after that you've done this, you're statistically much less likely to be involved in violent crime and all of these other things. And so, because the research has been stifled for so long, we really truly don't know where it stops at this point. But Johns Hopkins University has been doing a lot of legitimate science with this. Shout out Johns Hopkins Psychedelic Unit. They have been doing work from everything from end of life treatment, helping people who have terminal illness cope with what comes next, to PTSD. Wall Street and basically executives, white collar power types are basically binging this, especially Silicon Valley right now. They're microdosing, which is a very small amount daily. It enhances your cognitive abilities. Not only do you feel obviously very relaxed and you enjoy the world around you, and it's almost like a brighter way, but you don't really feel it. You feel like your synapses fire quicker and you're more on it and you're more yourself. And so microdosing is probably going to be a very legitimate part of the future. There's even the argument that that's how our brains got so big, is when we crawled out of the trees onto the savanna of Africa in the beginning of time with evolution, is the most substantial mushroom we found growing on the plains with all these large dung depositing animals was psilocybe cubensi, or the magic mushroom. So what do? Well, we eat it, and we have this amazing thunderstorm that happens in our brain, and we have what they call neurogenesis. New neural pathways are opening, right? So it's basically, if this happens time and time again over many eons and generations, you have maybe possibly the explanation for how our brains got so big so quick, and that's called the stoned ape hypothesis, if you're going to Google that, for whatever it's worth. So I'm really excited that this is becoming a thing. And back to what you're saying, Marco, yeah, they're a fucking hoot recreationally if you're not a control freak and you can roll with it. It's really all about just relinquishing control and being being able to just enjoy the moment. And once you realize that that's what that's all about, it's kind of like when you're drunk and you lay down on the bed and it begins to spin, the room does, and you're like, damn, this sucks, I'm going to throw up. Yeah. But you also pay money to get that feeling when you climb on a merry-go-round or the tilt-a-whirl, right? So reverse the mentality. Whenever I get drunk and the room starts to spin, I put my hands up. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. It's like my own private tilt-a-whirl, right?
I legitimately, when I took it, I probably only took a cap. It wasn't even. I'd say, thinking back now, I probably ate about a gram. And
you're just giggly.
Yeah. So what I did was Joe Rogan's Triggered had just came out, and I'd already seen it. So I figured if I wanted to do something and be comfortable, I should just be something familiar. So I just popped that on. About 20 minutes in, dude, Joe Rogan was performing in my living room. It was amazing.
You had your hologram?
Yeah, I did. I was just laying on the couch chilling. I was all grinned up, and I was just sitting there, and Rogan was just sitting there in my living room doing the stand-up bit. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, they're a good time. I've always thought about this, like if it becomes a legal thing, how easy a joint is also a mushroom den, because everybody in there is going to be laughed off anyway. So any comic you stick in front of them, you're going to build their confidence real quick, And I, of course, I was on mushrooms when I wrote that down in my jokes notepad. So I have engaged in them. I don't grow them, obviously. It's a big fucking scary crime, one control substance and all that stuff. But every once in a while, I'll get some from a friend or something, and I'll enjoy them. Mostly because I live in somewhere with a very long winter, and I work indoors alone in what basically is a cave. So depression kind of comes with the territory in that set of circumstances. So I like to reset my brain and my body every year in January or February. This year I did a little tweet along with it. That was a fun time. So I don't recommend that.
But you will be, if everything willing that the weed laws change and the mushroom laws, so you will be available to just let's go.
Yeah, I'm not the world's best mushroom grower. I'll just throw that out there. But I'm a legitimate mushroom farmer. I can apply the tips and techniques that I use every day into that world. There's a lot of crossover there, an extreme amount of crossover. It'd be very easy to switch from one to the other, right? If it goes legal and I have permission, to the point where I won't go to prison for doing it, I'd most certainly do it in a heartbeat if the economics of it made sense.
So is your ideal situation to have, let's say, like a dispensary reach out to you and be like, hey, can you grow for us? Or would you want to actually be the storefront?
I'm a farmer. We always want to be in control of our own destiny. We produce a crop, and then the buyer can approach us, especially a crop like that where I could dry it and preserve it. You know what I mean? To a point where I could sit on it for a while if I had to, until a market price was, better.
My buddy used to freeze them. Is that a good practice?
As long as they're properly dehydrated and packaged, with maybe a couple of redundancy packaging layers, I think that's a good practice for long-term storage. But it's not something you want to be dipping in and out of all the time.
Makes sense.
Cool. All right, guys. A couple things on the way out here. I was thinking about this weekend. It's start of the summer movie season. There's all kinds of great things coming out in the movie theaters. You're making a movie theater. What does that theater look like? Because for me, I think of this place in Texas called the Alamo Draft House. You guys ever heard of these places?
No.
Maybe the premier movie viewing platforms in the nation. So the seats are spaced far apart. You have this little kiosk thing in front of you with a little light that shines down, and it's like a soft yellow light, very soft and yellow, right? Then it shines down on this little notepad, right? And then right beside it is this menu. They have like 80 different craft beer, all the appetizers and entrees or whatever. They're kind of like a little bit sports bar, a little bit better than that, right? And the seats all recline and all that. And of course, it's like a VIP seating type thing, only much more comfortable. And when you're ready to order, you just write down what you want and you pull this little cord or push this button. And on the other side, a little light comes and a server comes, not a word is spoken. They pick up your thing. They bring it back later, right? You're just sitting there drinking a beer, eating this amazing food, and watching whatever movie is out right now. Okay. So for me, ever since that movie experience, that was the pinnacle for me. So if you guys are making a movie experience, what does that look like? I mean, How does your movie theater look?
I'm in. I love the idea of having a server at a movie theater. That is awesome. But the only thing that's missing, if you're drinking that beer, is there's got to be some sort of like urinal situation or something where a dude could just still watch that movie without having to leave.
Outside, you just have a bush.
I don't care. I don't care if it's a trough, man. Just let me take a piss. Okay. That's what I need.
Brian wants a
So
big pea bush right in the center of his theater.
It's like you're leaning on something and you're laying down, and then just have a pee hole.
There you go. I'll take a pee hole.
There you go.
Who's laying down?
I'm just saying, instead of sitting down, you could be like laying with your,
I mean, I used to sleepwalk, so I guess I'm not much of a peer that lays down. I'm a sleepwalker, right?
I'm just throwing it out there. You could do anything if you really set on it. We're redesigning an entire movie-going experience.
Sorry to interrupt, Marco. Go ahead. Go back.
No, that's it. I just want somewhere I can take a piss.
Anybody else?
Outside.
Outside? You like movies outside?
We do movie theaters in our backyard.
Yeah. So I used to work on the Nolichucky River in particular, and one of the outposts there. This is Whitewater River, whitewater rafting, all that stuff.
Where is the Nolichucky River?
It's northeast Tennessee, between Asheville, North Carolina, and Johnson City, Tennessee.
So the middle of nowhere.
Pretty awesome place to be, though. It's a border between the two states as it runs down. But this place that I used to work at, one of the outposts had like projected movie on the side of the barn every week, right? And all the river guides are a community, right? So every river has a community of guides. They really do stick within their own ranks, right? And some of them are 500 guides, like on the Arkansas River, and some of them are 30, So anyway, we would all get together there and watch the movie there, and I loved it, except for it attracts a million fucking bugs. That bright ass light brings those bugs in from all over.
I hate bugs.
Bugs are the worst. Can we all agree that those mosquitoes, they gotta go?
Mosquitoes,
I don't mind them if they didn't.
If they weren't so
transferring
important
diseases.
to the world,
I hate
get rid of them. But they're important, so we have to have them. It's ridiculous.
What's that argument?
We have to have mosquitoes. It's kind of like bees, right? Like you have to have bees for the world to keep going.
No, bees pollinate things. Mosquitoes are assholes.
Right, but I'm sure mosquitoes kill
but
off
mosquitoes are dragonfly food.
I understand, but I hate them so much. I would get rid of them. If
they're a huge part of the food web.
I just wanted to be correct here.
Oh, okay. We'll let you win because you just want to win, Brian.
No, he just doesn't want to offend anyone. And he's right. They are a big part of the food web. We do need them as much as they suck. I just hate the disease part of them, right? It's not even mosquitoes. I don't even care about mosquitoes.
I hate my arms swelling up.
Oh, really? You're like that?
And your ankles?
Not swelling, but your ankles. Yes. You get a new spot on your ankle every single year because you get a bug bite that you've itched so bad that you've itched your skin raw.
Well, even when you're sleeping,
and now you have a scar there for life.
Grinding. Yeah, I got it.
Does anybody else do the cross with the nail?
White people probably. Oh, yeah, my mom showed me that.
Absolutely.
But
the cross with the nail.
What's that mean, Marco?
You press your thumbnail into the itch like one way, and then you flip it over like a plus sign.
Is that a Catholic thing or something?
You literally put an X with your fingernail through the
I know. I made the one side a little longer, so it was more like a cross.
Instead of scratching it and breaking it open, it offers pain relief.
They say the best thing for it.
I don't roll with it.
You know what they say the best thing for it is?
To ignore it?
No. Clear fingernail polish.
Chamomile.
Why would you? It's the body's response to a toxin bite site. You don't want to seal that in. You want to allow any secretions to move out.
But they say that the reason why it hurts is because the air that's getting to it.
I'll try anything once because
they say on really.
Hey Tanner, I heard you're supposed to piss on them.
It's a subject. Yeah,
I do that. I piss on my ankles.
Jerk off and have.
You really want to know how to look? You guys
rub it in, Tanner.
You guys really want to know how to beat it? There's a plant that grows near poison ivy in every sandy ditch, mostly on the eastern part of the country. called Jules weed. You grab that plant and you rub it into a pulp and you apply it on that bite site and it'll be gone in 5 minutes.
Why
Also,
aren't we funding this?
Wait.
That should be sold
Yeah.
at every gas station.
it's also
Yeah.
a miracle poison ivy cure. It'll erase poison ivy very
Apparently,
fast. as
it's
well.
free even.
Yep, it's everywhere. It's considered a weed by most people. The other one is tobacco. If you get tobacco wet and put it on any bite or sting, it's an analgesic or
DJ Khaled.
draw the poison out, but it also numb that bite site so it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, man, we only caught half of that, man.
Yeah,
All right,
but that
so-
was a good story though. That was really good.
Up north
Tobacco.
internet.
No. You want to hear this? It's actually worth redoing.
Wet tobacco. Go on.
Wet tobacco is bite relief and sting relief. So if you put it on there, it draws the poison out and also numbs the spot at the same time and reduces the swelling and inflammation.
This podcast
Right.
is saving lives.
So
And
if my
so-
aunt did that to
Do
me,
you blow out smoke after you're done?
No, it doesn't matter if it's chewing tobacco or a cigarette, or for me, I learned to do it with wild tobacco, which grows in sandy bottom ditch areas as well. So just any one of those three will work just fine.
Hey, going back to the movie theater thing, I just have to say it before I forget. If there's one thing I could do to my movie theater, is a
Jeez.
soundproof chamber, so I don't
So you
have
can't hear anyone else.
Lucy Loose Lips over there yakking her freaking gums about whatever popcorn's wrong, and then the three kids screaming, "Spider-Man, Spider-Man!" Shut up! I paid $8
I wanna-
for this.
I
So
wanna-
do we have to have this movie theater be available year round?
It's whatever you want.
I want it to be available whenever I want to see a movie.
I'm a huge fan of drive-ins, so I get where you're coming from there, Brian.
I do like drive-ins.
My amenity would be a smoke eater. I just want to blaze a fucking blizzle without the paranoia of the security coming and take me out. You know, those little college kids or those little kids that run that place don't give a shit. But every once in a while, there's some dude with a hard on that wants to be the next dude on cops or on the local force or whatever that has to interfere. So I just want to get stoned and watch my movie, dude. I drink, but I don't drink to excess. It's not really my thing because I know that doesn't work for me personally. So I'd rather smoke. That's just how I roll, right? And so I would instead of the beer, I would change the ability to just sit there and smoke a joint or whatever while watching the movie.
Agreed.
And also, I like an energy drink because they make it so goddamn cold in those things. It's a struggle bus trip just to stay awake.
Oh,
You know?
I've fallen asleep in a couple of them. With the
Yeah,
kids.
maybe
Yeah.
a heated snuggie weighted blanket or something.
That's
I don't
why
care.
you do one at your
Hot
own
towel.
house. So you just have the theater projector thing delivered to your house.
Just throwing
And
it out.
it comes with an inflatable thing, blows up, and you just sit there and you
Well,
have drinks. You don't
A
have
house
to go
with
anywhere.
servants.
If you have a neighborhood party,
Servants.
Nah, I still like the idea of
Damn.
going to the theater.
Yeah, same.
I don't
There's
think
like
I could.
There's a sense
I
of magic.
hate crowded movie theaters.
Oh well, yeah, the crowded thing I don't jive with. I've been to movies alone and I loved it.
Those reclining
oh,
chairs are game changers, though.
Huh?
Those reclining chairs are game changers. I like them a lot.
I haven't been in those.
Oh, those are nice.
I
Yeah,
had
you
one
live in
at the
Illinois.
last
That's
the
your
last movie I went to. Not only did the footrest recline, but the headrest
Yep.
went up
Oh,
and
yeah.
down and adjusted and shit. And I
Did
was
they
like,
have the little tray so you can put all your stuff on it too?
I mean, I had plenty of room on both sides, and if
yeah.
I didn't, the person next to me was stoned because I was going to take it anyway.
I saw Endgame lying down.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Yeah.
a 3-hour-long movie, man. That was
Yeah.
rough to
Dang.
be like, because at certain points I want to be on the edge of my seat. And now I'm sitting back like this, about to fall asleep. I have to physically adjust it so I can sit down and get on the edge of my seat. Like, why? Almost in the linebacker stance, you know, like what comes next as part of the movie experience, just to stay awake because they make it so cold in there. You know, I'm just throwing it out there.
I love that it's so cold. You get a little perky nipple action. I mean, your eyeballs are just peeled wide awake.
When it's
No,
hot
I
as
was the
as
only
balls.
one Friday that wore shorts to the game in our group of the guys. I was the only one to wear shorts.
Proud of you.
And other guys kind of wish they would have because it was kind of it was going to hit Chicago. The rain was going to hit or it wasn't going to hit. I didn't give a flying fuck if it hit or not. I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I am a warm person. I run warm. It could be a meat locker in my house. I'm saying it's hot in here.
Same.
My house is a meat locker. I love to keep it cold. Any chance I
Really?
get to have this thing like below 65, I will absolutely.
The great thing about having a basement now is the fact that it's so much colder down here. If I just want to cool down, it's great. Upstairs isn't the greatest because it's so far away from the actual air conditioning unit.
I'm
or furnace and
literally
stuff. But yeah.
On top of an iceberg. It's so cool in my basement. I love it in the summer. I hate it the rest of the year. You know, so yeah, I'm pretty sure the term iceberg lettuce has something to do with my basement. I don't know what the comment.
There's a lot of
So the whole
alternative
reason
facts.
why we,
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
think-
the whole reason why we got a new house, was because we had to have a basement. Because I was tired of going over to my in-laws because they already had a basement every single time that there was a W on the screen.
Okay.
My wife would freak out.
You needed a command center, is what you needed. Yeah, that's what I call my basement
She would
now.
freak out. She would just completely freak out because there was bad weather on the way. But we have to go over and stay at my mom's now. We have children.
That's
We don't have a basement.
Yep. The
Like,
reality.
Okay, you know what?
Anybody who's lived
It'd
through
be
a
worth it
tornado.
just to have a house with a basement. Let's think about moving.
Yeah, I rode out that tornado last May up here, Matt, and I rode it out in a duplex with no basement, no secure area. We were just in. But my roommate and I sat in the little ass bathroom together, shaking and praying, and that thing missed me by 0.4 miles.
Yeah,
That was I was not really looking to stay in that duplex.
Did you have your belt tied around something like a?
yeah, a well pipe.
No, but
In a slaughterhouse.
we were trying to like look up, like beforehand because we knew it was coming in. We were trying to look up any way to secure ourselves, and it pretty much just said,
Dude.
leave, go to a place that has a basement.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anybody who grew up in tornado country, myself included, doesn't, when there's a tornado watch or warning, you just don't take that lightly. And having a basement definitely is, you just got to have it. You look at the statistics, it's just it's a numbers game, a safe, secure area, especially if you live in a high prone area, it's almost a matter of time, just like when.
I like to just stand out there and look at the weather coming in.
Yeah, I do too.
But
I got a big wraparound porch. Yep,
I grew up in the country. But we didn't have a basement. But I would just stand out there and just watch those storms come in. It's just something majestic about those things just coming up, and just all of a sudden here that shit comes.
Brian's parents thought he was.
I've watched it rain across the street from my parents' house and be completely dry and hot as fuck on my side.
Oh, sure.
And that was in the country.
I've been lucky to
Shit
live
out there matters where it hits.
In the outdoors, and I've seen some pretty amazing weather events, especially lightning stuff. And some other time I'll have to tell you all about that. I think we're gonna have to wrap this up for tonight, guys. Everybody, thanks for jumping along. Do you guys have anything to throw on the way out, Marco?
No, changed my Twitter handle. You can now find me at Kpasa Primo. Everything else is still Guapo1321. QUEPASAPRIMO.
Side of sour cream.
I won't remember that.
All right, Tanner, you got anything?
Sorry for being late. I'm still at Vanilla Gorilla. Vanilla spelled VUHNILLA. And a little closing thought for everyone listening. If you were homeless tomorrow, what would be your strategy for survival?
Ooh.
Have a good one, guys.
Tyler.
The singer of the Gloria song is dead. You shouldn't ask My name
How long
is
has she
Tyler
been
Allen.
dead? How long has she been dead?
Since 2004. Brady.
How many times has she been requested to play since then? You tell me who has requested her.
She has been requested for performance and / appearances 18 times, including by the St. Louis Blues themselves.
Posthumously. So after she's died,
R.I.P. in peace.
well, the
Correct.
song is that good, so I feel like that is a credit to her legacy. R.I.P. Thank you, Tyler, for that amazing what the fuck.
I'm at Tyler Allen on Twitter.
Tyler, our sound engineer, Tyler in the cave, the at Tyler Allen, Tanner, the at Vanilla Gorilla, Marca at Que Pasa Primo, rewind it, look it up. Mr. Brian in Champaign, how do people get a hold of you?
BK Rook on Twitter, BKRUCH on Twitter.
Right on. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that when Chicago, and that's what we should actually refer to it as. When we descend upon Chicago, hopefully we get to meet up with you, especially if we get to do the breakfast challenge. That would be phenomenal. If you get the chance to do so, what is that date? September 26th, roughly, 27th, 28th, something like that. I believe
That.
Thursday. Yep, that's the day we're shooting for. It looks like it's going to be a Loudmouth degenerate party there.
That thing sounds like fun.
It could be. I'm trying to get British Will, and we're trying to lock down a location in the Chicagoland area to have a breakfast cook-off. So America versus England. I think that the stakes are high. You know, little home turf here in the good old USA at stake. I do not intend to let my countrymen down. And I take this very seriously. So if given the chance, we will duke it out for breakfast. If not, we'll just hang out and drink beers, talk about what might have been while critiquing someone else's breakfast. We thank all of you at home for joining us. I'm at Shiitake Creek. We look forward to talking to you guys next time. Whenever our guest is the one and only Rick in Kansas. Until then, adios.
Bid you adieu.
Bye.
Are we all leaving?
No,
I actually do have to.
Marco,
Appreciate you guys.
See you, Marco.
Later, guys.
Hey, Marco.
Later, duder.
Hey, Marco.
Yeah.
Marco.
You know how good that s'more was?
Don't ever fucking bring up Game of Thrones again. I'll stab you.
Marco.
I'm with. Yeah, we're done. Thrones is done.
I gotta go. I've got food on the way.
Did you see the s'more I ate, though?
Oh shit, Marco. There's a 2-hour documentary on the last season right now.
Marco.
We gotta watch it.
I didn't get to any of my questions for you.
Oh, we'll have you on again. I promise you that. We gotta have you on with Ronnie, though.
Hey, bonus
No, we gotta
footage
interview
for a rainy
Marco,
day.
no.
If anybody wants to, no, it's not mine.
We'll have to do it different. I got food at the door. I gotta go.
Later, Marco.
Later, guys.
What's her
See
name?
ya.
Later, Marco.
Food
What's her
at the
name?
door.
Hey, what's
Food
her
at the
name?
door. I gotta leave.
Yeah.
What?
Who was she?
excuse?
Wonder if it's Taco Bell.
10:30 at night.
Hold the lettuce.
Is that why he was so vague? Yeah, no lettuce at all.
I also love how we didn't go into everyone getting Burger King on whatever day that was.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Oh, we'll have to do that for the second one.
Third one.
Well, you know what I mean. When we jump to the 2-week.
Oh, are we gonna try to do that?
That's what Thursday. This was supposed to. All right. So the interview we just did was supposed to be Thursday, which would have been released on.
So hold on. Are we still live with everything?
Oh, yeah.
I see the things up there.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
still recording.
Still recording.
But, so you can still like edit.
We can chop.
anything
Yeah.
all you want,
Go for
right?
it. Say whatever you want.
Correct.
Okay, so if I just say I don't want something to be on here, I just say, hey, don't put this on here.
Yeah, you say
Then I
edit. Edit.
just-
I
Yeah,
usually
edit.
respect it 90% of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
You edited 90%.
We'll see.
That's
Right.
pretty good.
I
I mean,
Well,
that's
the
passing, dude.
The best way
That's
to make sure it doesn't get on the internet is not to say it on the internet.
No,
But that's
no.
passing.
No, Brian, if you have something you want to say and you don't want it on there, and you say you don't want it on there, I'll do it 9 times out of 10.
So do you just have to like?
You will not guarantee.
No, that's a successful rating in my book.
For the
I mean, that's
UPS
great.
guy, sure.
No. 90%. Shit, that's passing, man.
Yeah, 90%
I
of
was
your
just looking
package is
for
delivered.
passing. No,
That's
when I
very
was in
mediocre,
school-
but above average.
Hey, when I was in school, all I wanted to do was just get by.
Same.
You know, I didn't want to be the best in books, and I wanted to know what it was like to play just sports all the time.
Yeah.
That's how
Brian.
sports and
Are
yeah.
you? I'm extremely competitive, and that includes book work. I mean, it depends on what it is. But if my heart's in it or my mind's in any way challenged by it, I will definitely strive to be better than it. I like to set the curve. I like to be the dickhead in the classroom like that. It's like, yeah, everyone else is counting on the curve being low. You know, I like to come in and just skew the fucking results.
Did you guys play sports in school?
I love playing
Yeah.
sports. I didn't get to do a whole lot
Were
of
you guys
them.
ever
State champion in
ineligible?
football here.
What's that, Brian?
Were any of you guys ever ineligible?
For grades?
Yeah, to play the sports.
No, never for grades. Got suspended
Not here, no.
2 games of baseball because we
was
accidentally maybe stole a couple, things from the school, and we may have used them for the senior prank and got caught.
You got caught.
It's a senior prank, but no, I got.
Well, we wanted new laptops, and so we just stole the entire laptop lab and made it disappear. We got new laptops.
Wow.
I can't believe you got caught. So ouch.
Well, we got caught, but we got new laptops. We gave them back. We're like, hey, here you go. Here's your money back. Don't worry, taxpayers. Nothing happened. And then they're like, oh, well, we got to punish you. And I was a senior, right? Like baseball season was going to finish after I graduated. And they're like, well, you can't walk. I was like, well, I'm the class speaker. I was elected. And I'm the funny guy in the class. Like, you're not going to stop me. And
Flex.
like, well, we're going to suspend you for a couple of baseball games. Whatever. Awesome. I didn't want to play anyways. We sucked.
Okay.
Hey, Tyler,
Yeah,
don't put that in the podcast yet. Just
I won't.
let's feel out any incriminating evidence
I was ineligible.
for grades.
Yeah. In
What'd you
junior
fail?
high.
Math. You failed
English.
I could see it.
Like writing and shit.
I love English, grammar, writing, all that.
Going through school, I knew I was not one that could sit at a computer at a desk. We didn't even have, in our school, we had one computer that had internet hooked up to it.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
You had internet in your junior high?
No, in high school, my freshman year, I think it was. Freshman or sophomore year.
Really?
Something like that. But it was
Holy
dial-up.
crap.
I mean, it was.
Well, that was wicked fast back then.
No.
Stone Age.
It was so slow, and I wanted the instant result of it, and I was not a fan. So
You wanted today's product back then?
yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I did too.
Quite frankly, the only
I never
reason-
had internet until my wife and I got together.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not too far off from your story at
Never
all.
had a laptop. I don't even know how to do half the things with a fucking computer that it does.
Just whenever I learned computers, I had to learn Mac. So
They need to
I'm
put
on
a video out there of how to do things. How do you create
There's
a
a fucking
GIF or
million videos of that.
It's called YouTube.
Yeah.
No, but
Video,
I
YouTube.
don't want to go search
all
it.
the complete idiots.
What do you mean you don't want to go search it? How are you gonna?
How are you gonna find it? You just want them to
Why
pop
can't-
up in your head?
Why can't somebody
I
that
mean,
I
it's
know
moving to
that I
that.
follow produce that or not produce, but
Okay.
share that? And
You
promote
text
it.
me next time you want a how-to video. I'll
I
Google
don't even
it.
have your number.
You don't even have to.
715-424-761.
You don't even have to type though. Just fucking talk to your phone. You don't know how to say "Okay, Google" or Siri or whatever.
I know how to do all that stuff,
Just
But I wanna
ask your
know-
phone.
but I want to know how to create the GIFs or GIFs or whatever they are. How do you do those? And
You
every
really
time
just
somebody,
said that, didn't you? Wait.
yeah,
What's the other one
You.
called where it's not moving? The M-E. How do you pronounce
Me-
that one?
memes,
Meme.
memes,
Oh no.
Memes.
It's a meme.
memes.
Okay.
Yeah, memes.
All right.
Meme.
No, the only reason why I'm still recording is I just want I want Matt to recite everyone's Twitter and give me a clean conclusion.
Oh, I've got another
That's all.
ad read too that's way better than the other one. I hated the other one, by the way.
Do you have to go anywhere, Tyler?
I have to pick my wife up at 10:50 at Cabela's
So you gotta
All
leave
right.
now.
from work.
So
No,
right now you want me to
I-
burn through the Twitter handles at right this moment.
Burn through the Twitter handles, conclusion, and do your ad read or anything else you need done.
Cool.
Do you want me to leave or just hit me?
No. You're
No.
good, Brian.
No,
No,
you're
you
good. I
can
need your
stay in
laughter in
time,
the
man.
background.
Yeah, you can keep it going. It's no biggie.
Fellas, that's mind blowing. You know what's mind blowing?
Matt,
Hey,
Matt,
hold
you're a
on.
robot. You're a robot.
Hold on, hold on.
False
Will
start.
you
Start
leave?
again.
Wait, no, hold on. Leave this in. I don't want this edited. You told me to not to say when I wanted it edited, right? I want that left in. I'm just kidding. That's with you, Tyler. I'm so sorry.
That's
Well,
not
that's
how this
awesome.
works.
That's not how this works. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
It's a give, not a takeaway relationship. Come on now.
That's mind blowing.
Sorry.
I fucking hate this. You guys got me shook. Let's go. Guys,
And
that's amazing. You know what else is amazing? Beer. That's right. Beer will never let you down. It's always there for you. So swallow down that swiller of bullshit feelings and drown those yuppie thoughts with beer. Destroy thirst, common sense, and wave goodbye to athletic abilities, coordination, and pain threshold with beer. Ben Franklin said, beer is proof that God loves man and wants him to be happy. Be happy with good, cold, clean, refreshing beer. Thank you, beer, for sponsoring us basically our entire lives, actually. The whole family tree, now that I really think about it. Amen. Hey?
Hey.
All right. So I am Matt,
Hey.
Mushroom Matt at Shiitake Creek, SHIITAKECREEK. Because if you leave out one of those I's, it's just Shit Creek. You forget the Japanese part. It's just Shit Creek, right? That's how you find me on the Twitters. Our sound engineer is Tyler Allen. That is at TYLERALLEN. The Tyler Allen. Tyler from the cave. Our big white rhinoceros is the Vanilla Gorilla at BUHNILLAGORILLA. The Vanilla Gorilla, which he claims is the correct way to spell vanilla, if I'm not mistaken. And our guest tonight was the one and only Brian in Champaign, and he is at BKRUCH on the Twitters. Also joining us tonight was, God damn you, Marco, at Marco from Iowa at A Pasta Primo. QUEPASAPRIMO at
Say that
Pasta
fast
Primo.
5 times.
Couldn't do it if I had.
Que pasa primo, que pasa primo, que pasa primo, que pasa primo, que pasa primo.
No, the spelling 5 times.
You can't spell things fast 5 times.
I would like
Especially
the
not
record
that.
to reflect that I did that without a visual. There's no, I wasn't looking at it.
QPS, I can't do it.
Yeah.
What about gems? Don't forget gems.
At Jim, Jim's is
Jam.
at
Jam.
JEMMONS Jimmins. Is that right? You guys tell me.
So.
I thought it was a podcast while I work.
Pretty much is. Yep.
That wasn't good.
J.
Edit that out.
Jim's is
Jammin' 1530.
yeah, I'm working on it. Jim's is at JEMMONS1530. Tell him to get his ass to work. This is America. You don't sit out in your truck and make double overtime on a holiday unless you're in a union, damn it. Anybody have anything else to add on the way out the door? No?
Brian, we got to have you back on.
Yeah.
I know football season's a little bit away, but we got to do some football previews, man.
All right. From here on out, no more starting stories with, well, this one time or this, that, and the other, right? I was thinking about this. You know the difference between an adventure story and a fairy tale, Tanner?
One is real, one isn't.
Okay, we can go with that. How does a fairy tale begin?
Usually a narrator, I guess.
Yeah, what are those first few words, right?
Once upon a time.
Yep, that's it. That's how a fairy tale begins. You know how an adventure story starts off?
Usually a car crash, plane crash, train
Right.
crash.
No shit, there I was. So from now on, whenever we go into referencing these stories, I would like all of you to adopt the Adventure Sports creed of no shit, there I was. Hua?
I like that.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for all of us, and it would make a fun little segment. My favorite one is called "No Shit, There I Was," and it's the first time I ever tried mushrooms. You guys care to hear about this?
Absolutely, and yes, Tanner, I want to come. I would love to come back on.
Oh yeah, I hope
I've had a
very much
blast.
to you, dude.
Sorry, I had to mute my microphone. I had to use the restroom really quick. It's just
Appreciate
I've
that.
had
We really do.
several beers tonight. I hope I.
No, there's two minimum.
You a
So
sync
you're good.
peer?
Stream was not recorded.
Huh?
Are you a sync peer? You're
Fucking-
6'6". It's a long way down that turtle.
Well, we have our bathroom is upstairs, and so
You went outside.
the last two times I've peed in a jug.
Yes, that is so
That's
awesome.
why, like when I got up, I peed in the
Old
jug.
habits die hard, eh?
I mean, those are what
I thought he was
I've
going to
had
show
since.
us a dirty
I
old
thought you were
piss
showing
jug.
us the piss truck.
Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't.
I'm a little appalled you didn't.
This
I am
is
not.
the beers that I drank during it.
That's a nice,
It's a respectable amount.
decent hint.
I drank this entire pitcher full of vodka.
Dude, you were
peach iced
pouring
tea.
that thing.
Dude, I had to run downstairs. That's why I had to go. I was so parched, and I forgot I put this bottle of Tito's in like a flash freeze. So I wrapped it. When I got home from work, I put my bottle of Tito's in the freezer, but I also put it in a thing of water, so it was going to get really cold really fast. Well, it had been 45 minutes, and I didn't want that thing to break. So I went running down the stairs, and I tripped on my roommate's dog, and I went sliding across the floor. So I got up, and I'm like scrambling, like, where is the vodka? And I grabbed the bottle out, and it's like got a block of ice stuck to it. So I like chipped that away, and I grabbed my pitcher of peach iced tea, dumped a bunch of vodka in it, and I went running upstairs. I put these on. I'm like, so that's why I had to sit here like this. And what I just realized is that's probably
Well, that noise
clipped in and put in the podcast.
Yeah, the noise at the beginning was that was you breathing, not Marco's fan.
No, that was not.
Embracing the dark side, eh? Go full Vader over there.
I like how you guys yelled at me. And I
You
sat
feel
down.
like the fridge Sith is what you are.
Fridge Sith. I like.
Okay,
that
so
from
can we edit? You guys can edit all
mean,
this stuff right now.
Tyler.
Try
can
not
edit.
to make his
Or
job
Tyler.
any harder than it has to be, though.
But if I just ask you a question, he can figure out where to put it in.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually I go back in time.
Depends on if the initial response is better than the
Okay.
later response.
I have a question for you guys,
Okay.
and this can go out to all your listeners. So,
Hashtag
You-
ask a brain. Ask a brain. BRAIN. No,
why
Kidding,
wouldn't you
your
do
name is
ask
Brian.
Brian?
No,
Why
no,
would you
no.
ask Brian?
Ask
Because
her.
that's my actual name. Is Brian.
Ask Brian. Okay.
that is your name.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to say.
ask a
But
Brian
I'm Lex
instead of a
Disick.
brain.
I'm Lex Disick. Back off. It's not my
Yeah.
fault. I get my merge mixed up
What's your
sometimes.
question? What's your question?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, if you could go back into time, knowing everybody that you know right now, say go back to like your college years, beginning of your college years, would you do that?
Yeah.
And how much fun do you think that would be? Like the person that you met
You know
2
how much
days
fun
ago
it
or
would
whatever.
be to make $1 billion in like 5 years? Because that's what would happen.
No, you're not doing that. You're just going back knowing the people that you know now. And how many times you run into them if you're out of the bar and stuff like that.
So wait. You're not saying like
This doesn't affect your future?
you
I mean,
don't
other than
know
the fact
like,
that
what
you,
the stock market's going to do.
other than the
etc.
fact that you know later on, I mean, you don't really know, I guess, but
You don't have like pre 9/11.
would you like to go back and okay? Here's my question:
The one's about to happen, or how
No,
to
no.
profit from something
No.
like that.
If you could know, just willingly, have all the friends that you have now, and go back in time, and see how many different times you've come across each other.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like a highlights film of your
I don't
buddies.
exactly know how to ask it, so that's yeah.
You
But
want to see all the different times you
I
encounter
would
people
think
that you
it
know
would be
now. In the
awesome.
past.
Yes, I don't know. I'm sorry if I messed up
yeah.
the question
No,
part of it.
That is a tough
I'm not
one
a
to word.
questionnaire. I'm a UPS driver. I'm not a questionnaire guy.
I would do that.
So you want to have like a running count of how many times you've encountered each person?
I know that my next door neighbor and I have run across our paths before because she used to live with a girl that I went to high school with. That was her freshman roommate in college.
You don't remember each other at all, though, eh?
No idea who, like, never met her or anything.
Yep.
But I used to work at a bar. I used to work at that bar.
And you're like, I should totally know this person. How the fuck
Exactly,
don't I?
because I would see this person I went to high school with.
And then you're like,
So,
I didn't sleep with this girl. I know I didn't.
no,
I know. Look, I know. I've been there myself in the last couple of years. I ran across somebody, and I was like, they just look so familiar to someone else. And their mannerisms were so close too that I
But
was
what
just
would
like,
you
I'm
say to
absolutely
each
positive.
other? What would you say to each other back then? You know?
Well, if I don't remember
Like,
them from back then, apparently I have no idea.
And my neighbor's husband, he used to go to the bar that I used to go to every Wednesday night that had dollar beers. And so I know I would have seen him. I could have been friends with these people before now. That wouldn't be a bad gig.
There's very few times where I saw people where I didn't talk to them, and then I didn't see them again, and then I ended up seeing them in the future. Because pretty much anybody around me, I'm gonna talk to.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Whether they want
This
to or
weekend.
not.
Like if I walk into a restaurant, I will say hello to every single person I walk by
Like
on my way
mayor.
on my way to my table. I will say hello. That's just how
I don't know if you were in here or if I even said it on here, but I told my wife and some other people at breakfast, Tanner, that we went to this bar this weekend at our hotel, and by the time that we left, I told my wife and her friend that the bar was chanting our names when we left that bar.
Yeah, you told us that.
Okay, so you can delete that out or whatever. But yeah, it's.
I think that is the sign of a great night, and rough mornings usually follow those nights. But
what's the best thing you guys have ever read on the inside of a bathroom stall?
Oh, I got a picture of it. I think.
All right.
Well, I mean, you guys can talk, but
paraphrase for now. My favorite one was.
Doesn't Tyler have to go pick somebody up? Tyler, can you just keep recording?
He's in Mountain Time.
No, he's not.
I'm not in Mountain Time. I'm in Central Time. You schmuck.
Okay.
Yeah, you schmuck.
Can you just keep it recording?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Hey, I need a conclusion from Matt at some point, but I can keep it going. Yes.
Oh,
Matt,
now
go.
all right.
Matt, go.
It's all right. I gotta put music on for the completion anyway. I'm gonna do Run Wild, by the way.
I approve.
If you guys have
I'm
anywhere
gonna
to
pander.
okay,
I'm
Matt,
pandering. What's up?
if you guys have anywhere to go, just tell me to leave.
No.
Yeah, okay.
If
But I
not,
don't think
I'm
so.
just gonna stick around and just shoot the shit. I have nothing else to do.
I like this.
I like this too.
You
That's why
can-
I'm bringing it up.
Look, I went to type it into YouTube, and Clayton Bigsby was the #1 thing that popped up for Clayton. And do you guys know who Dave Chappelle is?
Never heard
Yeah.
of her.
Okay, Clayton Bigsby is one of
He's a
his
nice
characters,
Of course, I've heard of Dave Chappelle.
right? Yeah, so the Clayton Bigsby is one of his characters. You should look into that sometime. But I can't believe that was the first thing that popped up. That's fucked, right? Yeah.
Where is this damn picture?
Oh, if you type in Clayton Anderson, the first thing that pops up, Run Wild.
Can we talk about how awesome Clayton Anderson is?
He seems like a very great guy.
He is so down to earth.
Can you guys read that?
To see his fans.
No, hold on a second.
I got it.
All right, no, put it back. Wait. I don't normally shit while away from home, but when I do, I prefer the handicap saw. That's a pretty good one. There's nice artwork there.
That was on. I mean, okay, so I was in a fraternity in college. I told Matt this. It's an ag fraternity. We weren't frat boys. We were cowboy boot wearing dicks.
There's nothing wrong with being a frat boy, by the way.
No, but just so everyone doesn't think of this guy as a frat boy, because that's not who I am. But anyway, so we used to go to a fraternity like that called Theta Chi, and they were a lot more urban than us. But anyways, I had some terrible.
Urban?
They wore boat shoes and 6-inch inseam shorts, and they wore more hair gel in one person's hair than our entire fraternity combined. Just urban. They weren't.
But you weren't in a frat.
I was.
Oh.
Tanner, I was the you of our fraternity, basically.
Yeah, you were the. Yeah, I mean, more rural. Could get along with everybody. Like, don't judge because it's just not worth it, right? But
Yeah.
anyways, to finish the story about the toilet stuff. So we were going to a party there, and we knew it. So we're like, oh yeah, sweet. We'll go get some food beforehand, head back to our house, drink a few beers, and then walk over to Theta Chi. And it's like a mile walk, whatever. We got some like deli food, like warmed up chicken and salad and whatever, just stuff from the grocery store because it was really cheap. We did that a lot on weekends. And I don't know, something didn't agree with me. Maybe it's food poisoning, whatever. But like, I had to stop at 4 different places in that 1 mile walk to shit my brains out.
Huh. Sounds like a fun hike.
I'm not proud of
There's
it.
nothing
This
worse
is why you
than
always
having
carry
a
toilet paper in your backpack.
So I went to work one time and I didn't have my normal route. I had to work out in the rural areas, and my whole family had diarrhea.
What a charming
And
tale.
I knew that I was going to at some point.
It was your turn.
And I was going to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere with nothing. So you know what I did?
It's like camping.
You know what I did? I walked into work that morning with a 5-gallon bucket and a brand new roll of paper towels.
Fill that bucket up with cedar shavings, by the way.
Wow, paper towels. How do those things feel on the bumhole?
I didn't have to use it. I didn't ever get sick, knock on wood.
Nice.
I like how you skipped right past the 3-ply and went straight to the bucket.
Like, this is going to be a job for Braun.
It was just
called in the
going
16-inch
to-
guns.
No, it was just going to be business. I needed to get like a task accomplished.
Yeah. This is going to occur.
This
to
paper
handle it.
towel is
I've literally got no
going to
time
work.
for this shit today.
Exactly. Because the greatest thing somebody could do for a UPS guy is meet him halfway. It would save them so much.
Well, I was going to ask you, that was another question I had written down for you, but have you ever had to shit in a guy's house or person's house that you delivered mail to?
No.
See,
I don't
What
deliver
about your
mail. I
bushes?
deliver
our UPS driver that comes to the farm, there's like 16 employees, so there's a public bathroom. We all shit in the same shitter. Our UPS drivers, like they walk right past us. They don't deliver the package first. They'll go straight to the shitter, take care of whatever, and then they'll go out to the truck, get their stuff, and drop it off. Like it's become custom, and I'm sure it's not like that everywhere. But like, I hope you got, you should
Is
have.
it a nice shitter?
It's an average porcelain. Yeah, it gets the job done. I mean, I don't know.
It's not filthy by any means, but
No. We clean it. Like we have a.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
Yeah,
like
like,
this guy's dream.
But I mean, I'm just saying, if I was a person,
I mean, I had a friend that was barely able to make it to McDonald's.
But I'm just saying for
And-
you, like do you have routes, like you have places you go regularly, right?
Because I mainly have my own route. Yes.
You need to have those 3 or 4 places.
Oh, I've got them
Special.
scoped out. Absolutely, I've got them.
That's big.
I don't let anybody know them because I don't want them to be full if I need to use them.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like you
But
gotta
I'm
have
not a
those
guy
spots.
I'm not a guy that'll just poop anywhere.
Okay, that's fucked up. I will poop anywhere. I don't
No.
care. I am making a situation dirtier. Why do I need to be somewhere clean?
That's a good
I love a
point.
poop with the view.
I want to feel comfortable. For years, I would only poop at my house.
Stop it. The best poop ever is outside. You guys,
Yeah,
look,
I
all
agree.
those years I was in adventure sports co-ed,
Okay,
it was
I'll
all
catch
just
grief
a
for
ploy
this.
to take
Okay.
a poop with $1 million views all the time.
I agree.
That was what it was all about. I seriously, this day, I walk around, I forage a lot. I'm alone in the woods. I go for very long walks, picking mushrooms in the woods, right? I will find the best place, and I will purposefully, I keep toilet paper in my backpack, keep it in my truck, etc. I prefer to poop outside. I'm really this close to being feral. I am barely domesticated.
It's so good that Tyler's still recording this, by the way.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't do it as often.
I've
as
pooped
Matt,
outside.
but I'm
I've
down
pooped
with it.
outside.
Yeah,
As you should have.
We had to go when I was a kid. We got on a tractor and went to a farm, one of the farms that my dad farmed at, and I think we had to pick up apples. And as soon as we got there, I had to shit.
The apple
Something
shits.
didn't feel good. No, I didn't even pick anything. Like as soon as we got there, something hit me,
Oh boy.
and I had to shit. And I was telling my grandpa, I was like, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. He's like, we're not going home. We just rode the tractor 5-6 miles, whatever it was. You're gonna go here.
some of the places that
I
I would.
fought him so hard, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And then finally, I ended up having to go so bad. I just did it, and it's different.
It's
Like
spiritual. I love it.
I don't know about you guys. Like,
Spiritual.
Yeah, well, you grow accustomed to it.
I don't know about you guys, but like the thing now is everyone's having like a barn wedding.
Yeah.
I have 13 weddings this summer.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Probably like 8 fraternity brothers, a couple other friends, and then
If I had 13
my
weddings
girlfriend's
to go to, I would tell
friends.
all those people that I only am giving you $10 each.
I
I think I'm in 3 of them.
love it.
Yeah. Whatever.
You're in
But
3 of them? Just
I've got a
hey,
couple
My
myself.
gift to you is to not buy me a gift.
it's terrible. But anyway, so just to finish this, I mean, now I'm not going to tell you poop talk's over, but everyone's having these barn weddings, right? So, the shitter situation's typically porta potty.
Yeah.
And I'm usually I'm in a shirt and tie or a suit usually, and that's not comfortable for a big dude, but whatever, I make it work. People like will not do it, and then you go up to the tap to get another beer, and that's where everyone's ripping ass, and I'm like, guys, head on into the porta potty. Let's take care of it. Let's leave the dirt in the dirt stand, and let's head back and have a stink-free party. But I think everyone's just too proud or something. They feel shame. Porta potties to me, I mean, that's
Look,
get in, get
I would rather hit the bushes around the corner than a porta potty any day.
Why?
Because there ain't no hepatitis in the fucking bushes around the corner.
Not at the weddings. We're not going.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, I'm not interested in going
State
in there
Fair,
if I
Matt?
can
I'm
avoid
with
it.
you.
Look, if I can avoid it, I will.
Hardwood. Yeah.
But how do you poop without something underneath your legs?
What do you mean?
Like people that
You ever
say-
set the electric
time
chair
out,
on the
time
wall in
out,
gym class?
time out.
Hold on,
Do you guys wipe your ass sitting or standing? That was a debate on another podcast.
Sitting.
Yes, exactly.
No,
How do
like-
you stand up to wipe your butt?
it's in the motion of it that the wipe occurs. It's like there's a Jedi trick there.
How deep
where
are you
you
getting
literally-
in there that you have to stand up?
It's just like on the end of the look. It's a crossover finger move.
What? No
Who
way.
No, wait.
crosses their
God
fingers?
damn it. Listen to me, you ass. You go back and forth with the paper like three times. So you've got like a 9-ply layer, right? 2 fingers like this. And as you stand up, you literally dredge the canyon, right? And it comes out. And because the way it comes out and the amount of paper at work there comes out clean, it's one fell swoop. As you stand, maximum efficiency. It is the thing.
Yeah, if you have a ghost poop where there's
No.
nothing to wipe.
No.
Well, it may be different for me. I was born without an ass. I don't have what you would call a rump or
I
a.
have one.
I have a
My
big,
wife has
big
told me
butt.
Okay,
I have a
I
nice
look
ass.
like a frog stood up and put pants on.
Oh, your ass.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
Brian, I
I'm
don't know about
so
you with this
sorry
whole
for having to buy
crossing
the
the
extra.
finger, fold it back. I'm a
No.
peel off 20, fold that thing twice,
Yes.
you know.
Wipe,
Well,
wipe,
you-
and then wipe,
the more
and then
you
you
fold
look
it-
and see how much is on there, and then you
Freaking
fold it,
Just
and
Todd
then you wipe
McComas, remember
again.
that? He wiped.
Well, just
He
hold
ri-
on. If you fold like accordion style, you can unfold and you can, there's like 5 or 6 wipes there.
Why
But
do I want to
if you're just a
unfold?
fucking crazy ass, I mean, one, you're keeping Wisconsin paper mills in business. So by all means, use all the toilet paper in the world.
Oh my
On the
god.
flip side of the coin, there's only so many trees in the world. So, maybe wipe your ass in a little more conservative manner. I don't know. Look,
no.
here's what it is. All those years I was a guide, it was a finite resource where I was, right? You only have so much while you're out in the field. So therefore, you literally had to mitigate your use. You had to ration out your teepee.
No, I was
Most
always
of the
told if
times
you were
it
in the
wasn't
field,
an
you used
issue.
a shook. A shuck,
Right?
a
You
shuck.
don't carry an ounce more than you have to, though, at the same time. Right? But teepee is one of those things you splurge on carrying. Plus, toilet paper, the cardboard there, you can make fire with it sometimes, blah, blah, blah.
Well, usually if you're in the woods, you don't have to shit much either.
Man,
I
I'm just
shit
gonna say it.
all the time.
I love you, brother. You shit wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been shitting longer than you have, and I've tried it 100 different ways.
You
I
shit
shit
wrong.
I've
all
been
the
shitting
time.
longer than all of you together, and that's ridiculous.
I had a bad 8th grade. I had a stomach infection. I probably shit more than you. I promise. I had mono on top of like a viral infection in my stomach. I missed 6 weeks of 8th grade, and I probably shit 40 times a day.
You raise
You lost
poultry,
35
right?
pounds.
What's that?
You raise poultry, right?
Nope. Nope. Never did.
Okay,
Cheese?
so I used to pasture raise chickens, right?
Yeah, you told me that with chicken tractors and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I also butchered them all,
Sure.
right? And so inevitably you nick and cut yourself, and during this process you end up, I don't know, taking a drink of something, whatever. I've had salmonella, E. coli, stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. That is a gastrointestinal nightmare. The worst I ever had was Giardia. Do you know what Giardia is?
Never heard of her.
Yep, catch that one in a stream when you think the water's decent quality and you take a drink, right? And that's a fucking horrid nightmare. I had salmonella one time from an ex-girlfriend who was an aspiring cook. I ain't mad at her. It just happened, right?
She just sucks.
Yeah. So I've had my fair bouts with the stomach, and of course the Lyme disease. That messes with your body in a million different ways. So
What does all that entail?
Oh
Dude.
man.
Lyme disease is a rough situation.
If
So,
Matt ever gets short with you on Twitter, it's not personal. He's just in a shitty mood. Ain't that right?
yeah, it happens. Look, yeah. So Lyme disease is a complicated thing. I don't know. It's just not yourself sometimes. Is basically the way it feels. It's I'm better than the excuse of, oh, I have Lyme disease. That's the way I roll with it. But it really is a physical thing. So if you're a very strong-willed person who lives life by your terms and you find yourself limited by this thing, it's very complicated to deal with, and that's where I'm at with it, right? Doing the best I can with what I got. Let's just say that, and it's a physical impairment, and I'm going to continue to have it the rest of my life because if they catch it early, the science says that they can treat it. Pretty sure I've had it for a long time. I mean, I've spent my entire life outdoors. It just is what it is. Where I grew up is a hot spot where it originated, and a lot of the places I've been since then are hot spots as well. And I've definitely had Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is basically tick-borne typhus that tested positive in my panels. Lyme disease, it's like maybe a third of the time it actually tests true or positive for it. So it's often years later when they finally find out, yeah, well, it is Lyme disease. It hides in the body, and it's more than bet just taking antibiotics to get rid of it. At that point, it's pretty much with you.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's crazy. The symptoms can be like your joints feel like they're on fire, literally, like there's a hot poker in them. There's bacteria like little worms sometimes, well, not sometimes, just continually kind of eating at your brain. And so that tends to inflame it and then make you angry as a result. You don't even know why. You know what I mean? Like last week, I talked about kicking a cardboard box, right? And just kind of, it's like that. Like you always have like some kind of frustration you want to take out. You know what I mean? And you
Right.
don't know why. And you hate it because you're a happy person. That's what Lyme disease is. And it's crazy. It does exist, and the CDC is now saying it's probably reaching epidemic. They're also warning that it's probably an STD. So they think that it could be much, much bigger than the previously anticipated numbers.
Really?
A lot of the research that's coming out. Yeah, and they really don't have a great way to test for it. All they know is that it's increasing at an alarming rate, both with people and humans. And so or dogs, everything really. So it's pretty interesting what's going on with it. It's you
So
can cope
it's
with it, bro,
essentially
but it
like
takes some exercise.
it's cross, what would it be? Cross braided?
I don't know about
Because
that.
did it, but you said that you could do that, like if you could get it from something other than a deer, right?
Yeah, I mean the host really for the bacteria, which is Bergdorfy, uh, is I believe a rat or something like that, and basically for whatever reason, ticks hitchhike, and they also communicate things from generation to generation, and it's just occurring more frequently, and they're not exactly sure why.
Huh.
So there's that's Lyme disease is actually one of the least scary ones. One of the new ones that's really hit the scene is this. There's Powassan. A lot of the elderly and young they contract this die. It's like it kills. I think it was like 40% of the people who get it were within these certain victim, like the more vulnerable ranges. That's pretty scary scenario. I heard about one that had a flesh-eating bacteria recently. Uh, you know, so tick-borne illnesses are on the rise, and it's kind of an amazing thing. Not in a great way either. And I work out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm kind of on the front lines of it. Not that,
Right.
you guys aren't in suburbia or even urban America. You're still prone to it. But I mean, you draw up a tick's, chosen place to live, I'm right smack dab in the middle of that shit. So it's something that I'm hyper vigilant on, especially with regards to my kids. I hate seeing ticks on them. But it's like I said, it's inevitable. That's the world we live in. I'm sure our ancestors picked ticks off of them all the time and dealt with it. It just seems like it's getting to be, I don't know, the disease thing,
Yeah.
Not that this is related, but are we the only species that like wipes our butt after pooping?
Dogs drag their ass. So you
Sometimes.
Yeah, but
Only
I
if
mean,
it's
like,
inflamed, though, right?
are we the only ones who get in there and remove it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Huh?
I've seen
Monkeys
throw
fling
shit
there.
at the zoo. Yeah.
On
Yeah,
that
but you
lady's
see
nose.
monkeys walking around with a shitty ass at the zoo, and if you
Yes,
watch,
that's
if you
true.
watch like documentaries of them in the wild,
Yeah.
they're still dung hanging around.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
I
just like,
think we're the only ones.
yeah, I mean, vanity. That's got to be a human trait. Well, I mean, within that realm anyway, as far as creating a pulp based out of trees that we cut down and chemically synthesized into a woody fibrous pulp, and then they're pressed into paper and dried and put on rolls, etc. We're definitely the only ones doing that on this planet that I know of. Maybe some weird ant that chews on something and turns it into basically the same thing, but that could be it.
The way you talk sometimes is mesmerizing. I
I know.
appreciate it. I enjoy it. But sometimes
is.
I have to remind myself that you're about to apply more analytical.
Yeah.
Like you're,
Exactly.
and I
His
really
brain
enjoy that.
compared to mine.
But I hope everybody else learns that about you. Like I can't imagine like if I were to introduce you to a.
This is what happens when you lock your kid in a room with encyclopedias for getting in trouble.
Your
Yeah,
brain
well,
thinks so much differently than mine.
I just like that you can take things and like I mean sometimes I know what you're saying already and sometimes I don't. But like I like that you're just gonna be the pulp base. You know, like I enjoy the hell out of that.
Right
Yeah.
on.
My girlfriend listens to the podcast and she's like, I see why you get along with that Matt because you do that. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, Tanner, the other day I asked you, what are you planting? And you described to me like the origin of which hybrid and like the germplasm and all that. And all I wanted to know was corn or beans.
Yeah, I get a lot of that. My wife's just like,
Apparently, I answered her like 2
Yeah.
second question with a minute and a half.
Your ads the last time on that first podcast, absolutely hilarious, dude.
right on. I appreciate that. I was, I didn't like that one that I did tonight. The Dolores Del Vecchio's one, but
I think that was whenever I went to pee.
yeah, that was a good.
So that was a
one, but it wasn't
perfect
that
time
good.
to do. That was a perfect time to.
Yeah, because now you can claim plausible deniability, but everyone else in the room just got blocked by Gorms.
No, Matt, you didn't see it, but Gorm's actually he put something on Twitter asking for he's going to do a new thing where he wants to tell people stories, and he said DM me if you have an interesting story.
Wait! I didn't hear anything you just said. I
Right,
didn't hear
because-
anything you just said.
Right, because you froze.
Gorm's, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Gorm's put something on Twitter and it said, I'm going to start this new thing where I want to tell people stories and I want to, animate it. And, I'm a good storyteller. I want to do that. DM me your stories if you have something interesting. And I feel like I have one of the greatest stories of all time that I do want to tell on this podcast eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna cut that that ad read I did out earlier because I don't want to offend them, especially.
Oh
for
no,
you
I don't
guys.
care. But I did DM him this story, and he immediately said, like, Tanner, give me your email. We need to be in contact. Like,
Right.
this is gold. And I said, well, what do you plan to do with it? And he's like, give me your email. I will send you whatever. So I sent that to him on Friday. I'm assuming he's not working this weekend, but I'm expecting to hear back from him with what I'm assuming he just wants to tell a story. And how I feel like right now on Twitter, you're starting to see more animated videos like with subtitles. It seems to be a really popular thing.
Okay, that's what I was about to tell you. My no shit there I was story a minute ago. I think it's going to be one of these kind of stories you're describing.
Man, I tell you what, like I do a little bit of stand up just here and there at like
Sure.
college open mics and stuff. And every time I
You've
tell
done
this, yeah, probably 30 times. Just little 10-minute sets.
A few times you said a minute ago. 30 is more than a few.
Yeah,
Well,
I've never done one.
I've
most
never
of
done
them,
one, man.
most of them
I
were
don't-
in college, and then now it's like
I paced
3 or
all
4
day
times
just-
a year.
I paced all day just thinking about doing this podcast.
So you're talking about an isolated incident story or your story?
The story that I think kills. Like it's hilarious.
Let's hear it.
It is an isolated
No
incident.
time in the present.
It's a bit of a long one. Can I give an accelerated version? Because I still want you guys to be like appreciate it when I do tell it on the pod.
So he can edit this out, right?
Yeah, he's gonna have to. I don't want it on this one.
Then don't tell it if you don't want to ruin it, because I
No.
want to hear the whole thing.
But he
I don't want to
could
hear
edit
any
it.
part of it.
No,
And
I
it
want
has
to.
to be the two of us.
I want to
No,
tell it on.
because as soon as you say something, I'm going to. You know how I am. There, you can't. I can't stop. You can't. It's impossible. You
Well, I
do
know
not.
that I won't say
Tanner,
anything.
just don't do it. Don't do it to me. You know I have no self-control. I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to
It's
the
fine.
bottom
I
of
don't
it.
wanna hear it.
It's
Sherlock
I don't
Holmes
wanna
ain't
hear
got shit on me. I'm gonna get my
I don't
nuts
wanna hear
further
it.
down
Let's-
there than a cocaine addict.
The 5th episode. I want to tell it on the 5th.
Okay.
But I want, and this is
No,
another thing.
Tanner, you need to have it the first episode you start getting sponsorship.
There we
We
go.
don't. I don't want to tell it in 4 years, man.
No, you guys will be all right.
Brian's gonna start like beckoning his boss at UPS. We gotta fucking sponsor this podcast. I
don't
need to
know.
hear the story.
No, they don't really sponsor much. It's
No, I'm just kidding. But if you had a cooler job, it would have been a better.
right. Oh,
Sorry.
trust me. There's days where I'm like, okay, I wish I could give money to sponsor podcasts.
Really?
Yeah, I wish that I could,
I'll buy the merch.
but I can't.
I'll buy the merch, but I very rarely will use. Yeah, I mean, none of the stuff most people are selling on podcasts are applicable to me. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not too anal retentive with the no free ads thing. Because one, no one's beating down the door to give me a script, and B, I really, I struggle with this on a moral level. Like, man, I really don't want to pop out anything I don't believe in because I have a fair amount of integrity, and I kind of feel like, for the brand's sake, myself being the brand here, just hold myself to that standard. If I believe in something, I'm going to talk about it. You want to throw me a check? Awesome. That would be the way to go, in my opinion. So, Cabela's, fork it over right now.
Yeah. Right.
No, just throwing that out there. Hey, I want to tell you guys the story. It's called The First Time. Well, I'm not even going to premise it.
How are you gonna start this adventure, Matt?
No shit, there I was. So no
And-
shit, there I
and-
was.
Look who's back.
I was a rookie guide on the Nolichucky River. This was a long time ago, a very long time ago. Learning the ins and outs of whitewater. Just had a near-death experience, and lo and behold, midsummer, a friend of mine had a bag of shrooms. We all had bags of shrooms, right? We were all going to eat them together. Only I had to work that night in the restaurant, so everyone else got to trip their balls off. So I waited a couple of days, and then I had a night off while everyone else had to work, and I tripped by myself. Now, here's the thing. I'd never really done it before. So I ingested all of them in the snow-baked cookie that I folded up, and I washed it down with a couple beers, and I headed down to the riverside where there's a nice little clip current, but there's a big eddy at the sandy beach. Good place to have a little fire. There's a campground on property, and guests are starting to infiltrate for the weekend ahead. So I'm headed down there. I got a little fire going, and I'm really digging the scenery, the way the moonlight's coming through the trees and the thin, wispy clouds, and it's just beautiful, and the river's awesome. It sounds great, and I'm really feeling in tune with nature, and I got a bad case of the giggles, so I decided I'm going to go for a swim, right? And I get in there, and never even thought twice to everything in my pockets. Just jumped right in, and I had a nice little swim when I got out. Noticed that the bag of weed, my wallet, right, my cigarettes, everything, all the supplies that outfitted my life.
What's going on? Tyler,
Why'd you mute me?
Hello?
don't mute him.
Something's weird.
None of it was recorded.
I'll tell it some other time.
Matt, I can hear you.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. What is the last thing you guys heard? Had I jumped in the river yet?
Yeah, you had the giggles, then you jumped in the river, and you didn't check what was in your pockets.
And I came out of the river.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
Okay, as I come out of the river, and I go through my my checklist of life items. My wallet is soaked. My bag of weed is soaked. My cigarettes are soaked. Of course, my lighter doesn't work because everything was in my pockets because I was a dumbass, right? But I was feeling really in tune with nature, so it wasn't getting me down. I went back to the fire, chugged my last beer, and then it dawned on me that the gas station was closing in 5 minutes. And I thought, what a terrible idea it would be to drive my Jeep Wagoneer up over this mountain right at sunset and get to that little gas station where the ultra Christian people work right before the lights go out and buy all these supplies, including rolling papers, to come back over the hill. So as I thought about how I had to make the split second decision, a giggle hit my eardrums from out of the corner, and I looked about, and there's a campsite nearby, and I hear these three jolly fellows sounding like they're having quite the bonding experience. And I said, "Shit, I bet those are the people I've taken rafting tomorrow. Seems like a bachelor group. Maybe I caught a lucky break here, universe. Thank you." Right? So I mosey on over. Hey there, the camp. Right? Get invited in. Now, something didn't seem right, and I couldn't quite peg it. If you've ever done mushrooms before, your mind isn't quite settled on what is reality and what is not, especially if you've never done it for the first time. Right? So you may question whether this is even real life, let alone whether you're on the planet Earth or everything else that you know about the world is true.
I love that when that happens.
Yeah. So you're unsure what is and is not tangible. So at this moment, I pseudo explained what was going on by basically just saying, "I'm sorry, I'm tripping my balls off right now. I'm your guide tomorrow. Hey, my cigarettes were in my pockets. I just came clean with it because that's the easiest way to roll through life, right?" Luckily, these guys weren't all cops, and so it didn't turn out negatively. One responds immediately with, "Would you like a beer?" I respond with, "Hell yes."
I love beer.
It's been a rough 15 minutes,
They're good and
right?
stuff.
They hand me a Rolling Rock in a can. It's the first time I've ever seen one.
Okay.
I've never seen a Rolling Rock in a can before that moment.
Can't trust these
Okay.
people.
My
I
fucking
don't trust them.
yeah. Oh, you're telling me. Big flip on the radar of something's not right here, but I drink it because it doesn't seem that bad, and I'm fascinated by it, right? And I was like, "You guys don't have anything else awesome like a Corona in a can, do you?" They're like, "No." And I was like, this one guy had a little bit of a lisp, but he was Asian, so I just let it slide. And I
An
said,
Asian with a
"Yeah,
lisp?
just stop.
Stop.
So he lit a cigarette, and I was like, "Yo, bro, what's the odds on grabbing one of those from you? You know, I have a wet one. I'll gladly give you one of those." He said, "Here, it's a
Come
Misty."
back for the top of this.
He said, "Here, it's a Misty. It's kind of bitchy, but I think you'll like it." At this point, the way he held his cigarette and the way he was offering and looking at me made me question my many things that I assumed were real in my world, including my sexuality, because it dawned on me where I was and what was going on around me. These three guys were coming up for Atlanta, and two of them were a couple, and I'm totally cool with that. But I didn't walk into that scenario thinking that that was even a plausible scenario, and that's on me. You know, my aunt is married to her wife, and it's totally awesome. And there's not even anything to talk about there. You know, people free to marry whoever they want, regardless of what other people think. You should don't have to limit someone else's freedoms to increase or uphold yours, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, but in this moment, I had never really considered whether that was an option for me. And also, prior to this moment and this evening, I had been mulling over the word destiny quite a bit. So now this random fucking thought jumps in my head. Oh shit, this is my destiny. I'm gay. This is how it all begins tonight, right? And then at the same time, the part of you that is the eternal fighter is like, nope, I love the vagina very much, right? And I don't want to go down this path. And so I literally, in this all in this 1 second, as this person hands me a cigarette, drop that beer like a stone that weighed 1,000 pounds from my hand, like shot from a gun. I took off running, right? And I'd already told these guys I'm your guide tomorrow and everything else. And so they're left with what just happened. Should we tell someone in an authoritarian position? Did this person who just stumbled into our camp soaking wet is taking us down the river in about like 6 hours, 7 hours? is on drugs, running loose through the campground. And so I fled the scene. And I actually hid in the bushes across from my cabin and slept in case somebody came looking for me to, And no joke, I grabbed my sleeping bag and hid in the bushes all night. And it was awesome, except I was extremely paranoid that I was going to get caught, but I was giggling. So anyone who was really looking for me probably would have found me for a while. Yeah, it was hilarious. Great night. And so no shit, there I was. Boy, what a wild evening to walk up into that camp. And man, that Rolling Rock in a can, I'm still shook by that to this day. Like, I'd never seen it before. I
Never trust anyone that offers you a Rolling Rock.
Especially in a can.
in a can. Yeah. You ever seen Corona in a can?
Yeah,
Those
it's
are
fucked up.
Is.
The premieres or whatever they are.
How are you supposed to stick a lime in a can?
You don't
Yeah.
on the premieres, man.
Put a lime in a
They're
coconut.
You don't lime your Coronas?
You're
The
supposed to
premieres,
for
I don't. The
Do you guys
premieres, I don't.
know?
That's fucked up, man.
You guys know how that originated?
What's that?
You did the
Does
lime around
it tasted like shit before?
No, the lime.
Robot.
You do it around the rim, and then you
Robot
throw it
boys.
in to fight
Yeah,
the
that
bacteria.
point.
It's an acidity thing. Yeah. So the beer Sol, SOL, back in the '60s.
That's a new beer now.
All right, just for
That's
it's
not
been
new.
around forever. That's the original. Corona's the new one.
Yeah.
So Sol, they started doing that. The hippies, back in the '60s, my great uncles used to tell me about this. You would use the lime, they would rub it around the rim as an antiseptic to get rid of the bacteria, and then poke it in there, and it increases the pH of the beer to the point where those wee beasties, any that remain, would be eliminated.
That makes sense.
Fuck, do you even know this?
He listened to his grandpa. Didn't you just listen?
My great uncles.
Great uncle.
Yeah, he was a hippie. He actually served time for running drugs over the border in a school bus back then.
This is a completely different life than what I've lived.
That's what's so cool about the internet. We can do this and learn.
Yeah, I'm descended from pirates and everything else, guys. It's a fun world. It's an amazing earth that we live in.
At some point, we are all descendants of pirates.
Well, my grandmother's maiden name is still the same as the family's.
Captain Hook?
Williams?
Oh, damn. I wish we could have heard
it's
what it was. Hey, that was a good edit.
Yeah, Captain Hook. I heard it. Yeah. William Hook.
You guys should do that. If you guys ever need to edit something, just have it be a remix of that.
Oh, my God.
So it's Hawkins.
Someone go beep instead of a beep. It's
Oh, Matt.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Matt. That's
no. I really wish I
Brian's
knew
funny
what
about
the
it.
answer
Marco's
was.
usually a dick about it.
Yeah.
He goes all robot. Marco be like, oh, what's that? What? You're going all robot.
What are you talking about?
I did not say a boot.
Marco, speaking of Marco, we never got into the one night in India.
Man, I lit the fuse on his tampon tonight with the Game of Thrones talk. I can't wait to hear him talk about. Did you see that? Just laid back and ate that s'more while his blood pressure went through the roof.
I had to
I thought he was going to stroke out.
I had to remind myself that I think I'm less mad about it than Marco. I'm like, have some composure, Tanner. Have some composure.
So, Brian, we're going to get Marco's version of that story one way or the other. Let's go ahead and get yours. I want to hear your story of the night you met Marco.
I've kind of heard
I met Marco.
Yeah.
So, the night I met, I can't do it. I need him to be here. Honestly, that story could almost be a podcast.
Just that story?
Yeah.
Just going from minute by minute.
Because you need Marco.
And the
Trash Man.
You need Trash Man.
And Pat.
You need me for some of it. And you need my wife.
So it needs to be like a true crime documentary where it flashes back and forth between everyone's perspectives of what happened on the timeline.
Picture it, okay? You got
Yes,
you got
because
Almost like a
Trash
Jewish
man,
kitchen.
Brian.
Because
Marco.
there is-
Brian was
because-
really fucked up, and it flashes to Marco. Brian was
No.
really fucked up.
Yeah.
Trash man, dude. Brian was so fucked up. I love
Oh,
that.
then he
There's
goes back to
still
Brian and he's
pieces
like,
of
yeah, I
that
had a couple
night.
premiums.
There's no, they didn't have premiums that night. I was drinking Budweiser, the diesels.